904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. This is a big day in Baton Rouge where new LSU football coach Brian Kelly held his introductory press conference, talked about his reasons for taking the Tigers' job, an alignment of excellence in academics and athletics, as well as the standard of expectations of a title at LSU. Meanwhile, Notre Dame looking for Kelly's successor, one candidate who will receive serious consideration, Irish defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman, explains the Athletics' Pete Sampson.
Awesome recruiter, great communicator. Amazing coach. I mean, you saw what Notre Dame did down the stretch. He figured it out without their best player, Kyle Hamilton. He checked every box. I think it is it's a risky hire, but the reward, I think, could be like a jackpot for Notre Dame.
Pete Sampson on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. NFL, according to ESPN's Ed Werder, Cowboys receiver Amari Cooper expected to return from COVID-19 and play tomorrow night against the Saints. He's been out the last 2 games. NBA, Bulls and Heat each will lose their next available second-round pick for tampering violations related to the signings of free agents Lonzo Ball and Kyle Lowry in the offseason.
We're back on Thursday and looking ahead to the best matchups of Week 13, including one NFC West quarterback making an impressive audition while another is playing his way right out of town. Thursday morning on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
I understand, but there's not a lot to cheer for in terms of the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. I get that. You know, I think morale, fan base morale. Casey, would you say all-time low this year? Or has it been worse?
It's pretty low.
Yeah. I mean, maybe after the whole Cincinnati debacle might have been pretty low as well.
And last year you had something to lose for, if you will.
Sure. No, I mean, listen, in terms of like last year, I'm definitely over that. I've spoke my piece with that. I'm saying this year, in terms of fan base morale, it might be at a low point right now.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
You know, and then the Urban Meyer rumors come out. Is he going to USC? Could he be going to Notre Dame? You know, he had to squash that. And I don't think there's any other coach right now. Like, no one's asking, you know, Robert Saleh, hey, you going to Ohio State? Or are you going to Ohio State? Are you going to Notre Dame? Are you going to USC? That's just not the case right now. Because, you know, there's intrigue. I think there's trust right now in New York, and they're turning a new leaf. They're getting better. When Urban Meyer says Jalen Ramsey's a great competitor, but he gets upset when things don't go right, shots fired? Or is that just, I mean, I understand he's stating the case here, and he's speaking the truth. I mean, everybody would agree with that. But from the Rams side, is that some bulletin board material, or do we not worry about it?
Might be a little, well, they probably don't even worry about it because they know they're so much better than this team.
For sure. And now I'll talk to the Buffalo Bills about that as well. I think Jalen Ramsey worries about that.
Oh, okay? Well, yeah.
I think Jalen Ramsey being a captain in that locker room worries about that, and I think he echoes that in the locker room. So, I mean, I'm not mad at the comment from Urban Meyer. I mean, you know, he spoke with the media today, and that's all good. But I also think that the last thing you want to do right now is shake up the hornet's nest that is the Los Angeles Rams, because this is a team that is desperate for a win. This is a team that needs to get Matthew Stafford back on track, need to get Cooper Kupp back on track, need to get Odell Beckham Jr. a little more acquainted with this offense. And this is a defense right now that Jalen Ramsey's on that, for lack of a better word, kind of trashed the past couple weeks.
Very trash.
Worse than the Jags.
Kind of trashed the past couple weeks. So it seems like this Sunday is a perfect storm coming for the Jacksonville Jaguars, where it's like, you might see the best-looking L.A. Rams team that we've seen all year in terms of complementary football of offense and defense. And if that's the case, and you're traveling to the West Coast, where the Jaguars traditionally haven't done very well, yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the comment of, he gets upset sometimes is going to really factor into their play or not, though. I mean, that is
well, but it's not the comment of he gets upset. It's he gets upset when things don't go his way.
Well,
which is a little more. And I agree with that. But I think Jalen Ramsey would take that kind of to heart.
Yeah, he might. I mean, listen, Jalen Ramsey's going to play a good football game 9 out of 10 times whether the Rams are struggling anyway. Like, the Rams are struggling. I don't know if Jalen Ramsey's struggling.
But if you piss off a captain, don't you think that's going to resonate with the team?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he resonates that much. I think if they're going to play a good football game, it's because they've sucked for the last 3 weeks, and they're better than that. Like,
Sure.
They're totally better than the way they've played. We all know that.
Yeah.
And so maybe it galvanized them a little bit. I just don't know if it's that outlandish of a comment. I saw the comment. I didn't really register with me like I mean, I thought you were actually, when you brought it up, I thought you were going to say, hey, it kind of sounds like he's looking in the mirror. Urban kind of feels the same way. When things don't go well, he puts his hands on his knees and his head down.
No, they don't go right. I mean, I think anybody is that way. I'm just saying, if you call out somebody like that, and Ramsey's definitely going to see that, and I do think Ramsey has maybe the most influence, even more than Aaron Donald, on that team.
Really?
You don't agree with me? You don't think when Jalen Ramsey got to L.A., that team was different? That defense responded differently to Jalen Ramsey being there than not being there.
Yeah, well, I think they got a lot better. I just don't know if you're asking.
You don't think the attitude of the team when Jalen Ramsey got to LA changed?
Yeah, he changes the attitude, but I think what you're saying is, do people respond to him better? I mean, he had so much attitude. I mean, he had so much swagger here. And by the way, I think he's matured in a lot of different ways too. But listen, bottom line is, if Jalen Ramsey stands in the center of the room and says something, or Aaron Donald stands in the center of the room and says something, I think people respond to Aaron Donald more, yes.
Okay, I mean, I don't think it's all about just saying stuff. I think it's about your play as well.
Well, I know. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. So
who's playing better this year?
Probably Jalen, yeah. I mean, you don't notice as much. I don't know if Aaron Donald's playing bad. I mean, both guys are so good and going to get double-teamed, and you stay away from both, that their stats aren't always going to be great. I think people have figured out maybe how to neutralize a little bit more Aaron Donald, though, than in the past.
I just think in terms of who has – and maybe I'll even say offense and defense, in terms of, like, who has the most influence on that Rams team. Yeah, I think Aaron Donald could be considered a 1A, but I think Jalen Ramsey's a 1B. I really do.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. He did give him a swagger. Listen, you know me. I love Ramsey. I think Ramsey's an unbelievable player. I think he does change the swagger. I think he's also he really has matured. If you saw some of his comments coming out of this 3-game losing streak, like old Jalen Ramsey would have been out of his mind. The Jalen Ramsey we saw in Jacksonville, he would have had sound bites all over ESPN, NFL Network, all over the country. Like, we're trash and whatever, just even how he says it. I mean, listen, we went through years of that. It was fun to cover.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still my most viewed thing ever is him against Steve Smith and his comments after. We got a couple million views on that soundbite. Didn't get me that many more followers, really, so it didn't make me any more money or anything. But
that's the attitude to have.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have that many views, that's what my thing about Twitter and stuff. So you're going to get that many clicks.
That's
why,
amen.
Casey gets so mad at this when he doesn't get it. But
Curious.
But it's not getting you any more money. I'm just telling you.
Like, as he bragged about how many views he had on it.
I did. I mean, I'm not bragging. I'm just, that's stating the fact. Like, it's the most viral video I've ever had.
There you go,
on social media. I've been on there for a decade, and it netted me nothing.
Yeah, should have tagged Tim Tebow in there. You would have got some more views on that thing.
I'm just telling you. That's why just be careful. Don't live and die by the views. Casey.
I'm living and dying.
Bragging about the views?
I am bragging about the views.
Easy to say when you have 2 million of them.
I know, right?
Just that one time. Listen, I would be bragging about my bank account if it got me more money.
It doesn't matter,
That's
man,
what
at the
I'm
end
saying.
of the day.
It doesn't. So, but anyway, I think we are seeing a different Ramsey, though. I think we're seeing a guy that's matured a little bit.
Well, you're winning a lot more than you did in Jacksonville as well.
And that's easier.
Yeah.
But that's why I reference what he said, like, coming out of this last loss. I mean, they've played bad. They have not played good football. This is like a train wreck right now in L.A. Now, they're super talented, so you figure they'll get out of the rut. But, I mean, it's 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
The quarterback's not playing well. Old Jalen calls out the quarterbacks. Now, Matthew Stafford has a lot more equity than Blake Bortles ever did. But old Jalen is just fuming around that locker room, and this guy's a little more calculated and a little more patient, and again, he has a good team, so I get it, and they've won since he's been out there, and things are going well. He's got paid. He has nothing in his life. It doesn't seem like that's kind of bothering the way he thinks, right? He's kind of free and easy right now, and so maybe that goes into it as well, but I always think Jalen is just a fascinating character and athlete in the NFL, but here that went from Jacksonville to L.A. And I wonder about his maturity now. Like, I wonder if they had kept him and found a way to keep him if they would have eventually lost him anyway because he wouldn't have been able to handle what's gone on the last couple of years?
No, I mean, I think few high-caliber players that are like all pros would be able to handle this. I mean, I think the reason why Leonard Fournette didn't really work out here, I mean, for maybe a couple of reasons, but the big reason why is they weren't winning. He even said it himself. They weren't winning, and it's frustrating. I think Jalen Ramsey wants to win as well. I don't think those guys wanted to be a part of, you had that flash in the pan in 2017, but then you didn't want to be a part of that rebuild process. And then that rebuild process is not made for everybody. It takes a special type of person to do that. I think these guys, whether it's Leonard Fournette, whether it's Jalen Ramsey, saw that, hey, I'm a talented individual, and I want to play on a talented team where I can be appreciated. So, yeah, I think if Jalen Ramsey was still here, I think you would have saw a lot of a lot of the similar of what you saw in the past couple of years. I think when you go to a team that is surrounded by veterans, that has a laundry list of good players, it makes that much easier to go to work every single day and really kind of be a little more yourself and a little more calm, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, there's still a sense of professionalism. I doubt they're 1-15. I think he is that much of a difference maker. I don't know if they're 1-15. I can tell you this. If Jalen Ramsey's still here, they don't draft C.J. Henderson. Yeah. Right? If Jalen Ramsey's still here, maybe Yannick Ngakoue's still here. If they don't draft Chason. They draft Justin Jefferson instead.
Sure,
if Jalen Ramsey's still here, Trevor Lawrence probably isn't here. And so, really, my curiosity on a bunch of levels is how much has he matured? I think that's just natural. Number two is, would he never have worked out in Jacksonville anyway for like a length of time, for like forever, right? Or for a good forever's a lot these days, but I'm talking about 8 to 10 years. Was he ever going to be an 8 to 10 year guy in Jacksonville, or would he just eventually the back would hurt, or I want out, or I'm not signing the big deal? Or, it went down in a certain way, obviously, and it all happened really quick. But even if it didn't go down that way, do you sense that he would still be in Jacksonville? Or do you think he would have found his way out one way or another?
No, I mean, once again, it all depends how this team would do year in and year out. I think if this team was winning only 5, maybe 6 games a year, then he would still want out. I mean, I compare it to Stephon Diggs. Everyone said Stephon Diggs was immature and, couldn't handle an NFL locker room. I think he was tired of losing. Or I think he was tired of going to the playoffs maybe and losing how they lost with the Vikings, right? So what happens? You go to Buffalo, and not to say you play around a talented offense in terms of, you got a better quarterback in Josh Allen. I think your receivers might be better in Minnesota than you had, than they are in Buffalo. And Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, I guess. Dawson Knox has come along as a tight end. But Stephon Diggs needed a change of scenery. And all of a sudden you started winning. You started talking about AFC championship games and having an MVP-type quarterback. Now, we'll see this year still. I mean, that was the hype before. We'll see with Josh Allen. But that changed his whole perception. That changed his whole attitude. I think if you're stuck in more of the same, you can never grow, you can never change, regardless of how great of a player you are. I think Jalen Ramsey would have been stagnant here. I think he still would have been frustrated. I think he still would have been tweeting and calling out the media and everything like that, just because I don't foresee the Jaguars winning, going to the playoffs year in and year out, even if he was here right now.
Yeah, I think we have this. I think you might be right. I don't think the Jags would be as bad, though. And I think they might have lucked into some other things because they had a talented player to build around. And they might have still, maybe it was get Josh Allen, coming off that bad season. But if they then had signed, maybe they don't keep you on because they can't sign everybody.
Yeah.
But then they have to get a quarterback in a different way. And we might be talking about going to trade for Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson after we could have drafted him and it was a punter instead, all these years later. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to tell. But I can tell you this. Let's just take the last couple of drafts, and the Jags probably wouldn't be picking C.J. Henderson, and they probably wouldn't be picking Chason. I mean, so even if you just watch the dominoes fall in that regard, the Jags might have been way better off keeping him, even if it was just from a lucky standpoint. Now, I think they would have been way better keeping him for just this one sole reason. I think you can make the case, with all due respect to Tony Baselli, Fred Taylor, Jimmy Smith, Maurice Jones-Drew, that this guy is the most talented guy to ever wear a Jags uniform.
Yeah.
Now, he's not the best Jag. He didn't play here long enough.
He still needs some longevity. We'll see. But yes, so far he's definitely on that career path.
He's a guy, Austin, that, again, I wasn't covering the team back then, And I don't know, maybe these conversations were taking place that as soon as Tony Boselli lined up for a year, you were like, holy cow, that guy's going in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, he's that good. And that might have been the case. Same with Fred and same with Jimmy Smith and I think it took a little longer for Maurice Jones-Drew, and I'm not sure Hall of Fame conversation is going to come up for Maurice Jones-Drew, quite frankly. So, but I'm telling you, the practice field to the game field and half a season in, if you go back and listen to me talk about Jalen Ramsey, year one, I said this guy's going to Canton, Ohio. And I'm not like this expert cornerback analyst, okay? It just jumps off the page at you how good he is. And guess what? He is going to Canton, Ohio, unless something crazy happens.
I mean, I didn't even know he's on his 7th year right now.
7 years already. Wow, that's crazy.
So, yeah, 7 years right now. Yeah, I mean, the way he's playing right now, I mean, you're talking 2 All-Pro nods. You're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, in 6 years.
Missed out his rookie year. Then obviously we'll see this year. I'm sure he's going to the Pro Bowl this year as well.
Yeah.
Because this is his 7th year he's currently on. So,
and by the way, the best at his position, arguably, for the last 3-4 years.
Oh, yeah. And usually, how the cornerback position works is, you're on top of the mountain for a while, and then all of a sudden it goes south real fast. Ask Richard Sherman about that. I'm trying to think. Ask Darrelle Revis about that. Darrelle Revis was Revis Island for a while, and all of a sudden one year it's like, oh, okay.
I know. It can happen.
Not so much anymore. So it can happen. But the way that Jalen Ramsey's playing, and I get it, it's different this year, right? They're moving him around more. It's more zone coverage. He's playing on the line. They're asking him to do a lot more, and that's fine. But, like, the way that he's still playing, it doesn't seem like he's going to fall off anytime soon.
Yeah, and from my perspective, let's see, from the fan perspective, it gave you some swag. He's the guy that you want on your team, right? Everybody else hates him. Like, now he's not on your team, you hate him.
Yes.
Like, that's the way he is. But you like those kind of guys. Like, you go over the years of your fandom. I mean, I go all the way back to, like, a Red Sox fan, Kevin Youkilis. People hated him. They hated Youkilis, unless you're a Red Sox guy. Like, who the Yankees have those guys, right? I mean, actually, most recently is Brett Gardner, who, like, I can't stand that guy because I don't like the Yankees.
Yeah.
Right? And I shouldn't. I mean, he's a really good player and got more out of his talent probably than, and he's an overachiever big time. But you get what I'm saying. And I think Jalen was that guy. He was our guy for that reason. And I mean, selfishly, in terms of covering players, since I've been here, Maurice Jones-Drew was always a fun cover. Because you didn't know what kind of attitude he'd have that day, what kind of mood he was going to be in.
And he's so witty, man, that like, he had. There's a reason why he's raised with NFL Network. Because like he's so witty and so just he knows the game, I guess you would say.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And you didn't know because he was so moody sometimes. You didn't know what he's going to give you. Yeah. Well, that's kind of fun for people like us. I don't know if it's I understand the fan right now and who we're talking to. Like, you don't see it in that way sometimes. But I think it's even kind of fun because you don't know when you wake up on a Tuesday morning, is he going to give you a headline? Sure. Well, Jalen was that guy. Right? Jalen was definitely that guy, and you did not know what you were going to get with him. And there was something fun about that. Now, maybe that dies down a little bit in the COVID last couple of years. We're not in the locker room. But I just thought he was a really fun guy to cover because you didn't know what you were going to get, and he challenged you. He was smart enough, and Maurice was like this too. They're smart enough to know the game, so they challenge you. And I think that's fun. I think that's good from our position. Again, I don't know if that resonates with the fan as much as a guy in the media. But so from all these different levels, and most importantly, a franchise that over the last 15 years has not had a lot of bona fide star players, this guy was it. I mean, when you can stake claim to having the best guy at his position in the league, oh, baby, that's a lot of fun, right? So that's what the Jags had with Jalen Ramsey. And also, and we'll talk about this a little later on, that's what the Jags let go in Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, you let go a lot. You let go of the talent, obviously, and that's the most important part. It's what that guy can do on the field, of how he can take away literally half the field. You put him on the best wide receiver, you set it and forget it. Like, that's the biggest thing that Jaguars fans are going to miss. But he also brought notoriety to this team because – in terms of a household name, he was that guy. Now, you hope Trevor Lawrence is going to be that guy. He already he's on that way. But, I mean, I don't think there's anybody else that comes to mind right now. I mean,
Josh Allen hasn't dominated like that.
Not like that.
The closest guy from a measurement standpoint like that is James Robinson. I mean, he's a guy that's actually put himself in the upper echelon of running backs if you look at all the measurables and the Pro Football Focus numbers, and he's not there yet. I'm not saying.
Yeah, but my point of notoriety, though, like from the media, like the national media, no one's. I mean, I don't know how they're talking about James Ramsey. I really don't.
No, you're right. That's forgotten in that sense. But in terms of being maybe one of the top players at their position, to get the notoriety, because you get Pro Bowl nods, and now you have to win with that.
Yeah.
And believe me, hey, listen, a guy like Jalen Ramsey got the nod and he really got his brand boosted out there when they won. Mm-hmm. People were still talking about him a little in 16. But they really were talking about him in 17.
No, for sure.
And Jacksonville's defense and he being a part of it and Jags winning, going to the playoffs, put him on the map, really helped his brand. And I think he would admit that.
I say Tyson Campbell goes out there Sunday and body slams Odell Beckham Jr. If you get thrown out, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying, get the best of Odell Beckham Jr., body slam the dude or choke slam, whatever you have to do, throw a couple punches, walk off the field, maybe flip some birds, and let's get some notoriety.
Flip some birds, all right.
Well,
that'd be awesome.
I mean, flip some birds if you got to, man, because you got to get some kind of swag going on here. And I think Tyson Campbell could be that guy. It was one game. I get he graded out better than any rookie did last week against the Falcons. It was one game. But now let's go and parlay that. Let's get some notoriety going. Choke some Odell Beckham Jr., please. Don't do Cooper Kupp, because I feel like Cooper Kupp.
Please don't do Cooper Kupp. He's on my fantasy team.
Well,
please don't.
He's too wholesome. He's too much of a blue-collar guy.
I think they should sign you off the practice squad for this moment.
Maybe. I feel like you choke slam Cooper Kupp. It's like, I can't believe he did that.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Mr. Blue Collar.
That would be actually great.
No, see?
That'd
this is
great.
why you're not in charge of it.
Yeah.
No, man. Casey, preach to him.
We can't do Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, from a fantasy perspective aside, but people love Cooper Kupp too much.
Yeah, he's just, we can't.
If you choke slam Odell Beckham Jr., they're like,
he's the villain.
right.
OBJ's the villain to a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
so Tyson Campbell may become the hero in that sense.
I get it.
I'm going to have to reach out to Urban here and talk about that.
I don't know if we do tweets of the day. I don't think we do, but maybe we should start it. Nick says, I said, do you miss him? Jalen Ramsey. Nick says, we've already got 6 DBs that would miss an open field tackle against a 9-toed 37-year-old Aaron Rodgers. No thanks.
Oh, wow.
I'm picking up that sarcasm. That's pretty good. We still have John on the line before break. Let's hit him up so we don't keep him waiting. John wanted to talk receivers who have to go against Jalen Ramsey. John, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, guys. What's up? How y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
This is for Austin. Happy Stone Ocean Day, first and foremost. I've only got through the first episode because my fiance will kill me if I advance any further, but I'm excited to get started.
Dude, I'm 3 deep right now. I'm not mad at it so far, so you keep enjoying that, all right?
Yeah, turn down that radio if you got that on, John.
I'll put my voice down. But my question really is, we've already gone through so many wide receivers with the practice squad. And I remember watching the preseason, the 2 guys that stood out the most, Jeff Cotton Jr. and Josh Hammond, are still just sitting there. And I'm just curious, since, the season's kind of already lost, and, we probably can't really fix the receiving corps till next season, as sad as that is. Why not give one of those 2 guys a chance for the final 6 weeks and see if one kind of sticks? Because it's just hard watching those guys, trying to get separation throughout the first 3 months of the season. Why not try something different for the last 6 weeks and see if something sticks?
John, appreciate the call, man. It's a good thought. It's interesting. I forgot those guys were even on the practice squad, so thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I really did. Haven't heard those names since August.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting point. I mean, you do have these guys. Now, they're not speed guys, right? Mm-hmm. And that's really what the Jags have been rotating in and out, John. They've been trying to get speed. Yeah. That's what they've been trying to find. So anybody who runs under a 4.3 or more around a 4.3, they're like, come on down to Jags headquarters. We'll try you out.
Yeah.
But it hasn't worked. And you just can't get a guy that's going to run fast and bring him in. And John Brown's been cut. And obviously Tyron Williams was cut. And it just hasn't worked out. So, I mean, I don't mind the idea. But I would say from a different reason. I want to find a receiver that's going to run the right route, run the right depth, be on the same page, not get lined up incorrectly. If those guys can do that, I think that might be a starting point in itself.
So then do you think Laviska Shenault's done here?
It's a good question. In fact, I was going to tease that in going in the break. I don't know if done is the right way to say it, but maybe that's a dramatic way to say it. What I want to know is, should they maybe sit Laviska down if he's the culprit for some of this stuff? From my eyes, he is. I don't know if that's true, though, because they know what's actually going on.
Well, I mean, he's the culprit in terms of drops and maybe in terms of route running a little bit. But, I don't know. I'm from the philosophy right now that I don't understand what Laviska is. Like, I don't think they even know what he is right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can watch the 49ers and watch how you use Deebo Samuel. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense because that was kind of his MO. The guy runs with bad intentions. He's not really built like a wide receiver. He's built like a running back. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Shanahan said, all right, let's put that running back and see what happens. Well, he's got more touchdowns than Alvin Kamara does right now, more than Ezekiel Elliott, right? So it's working out well for him. I just think they have a guy in Laviska Shenault right now where they don't know what to do with him, and I'm not sure if I want to cut the cord on Laviska and say, all right, you're getting benched now, good luck to you. Like, I think he's too dynamic. You can do different things with him where you don't want to do that yet. Now, with Laquan Treadwell, we know what Treadwell brings to the table. So is it necessarily speed? I really don't know about that. So if you want to rotate some other guys in just to get a look, because this is evaluation season, it seems like. It's almost shock your mock draft season, it seems like right now. Mm-hmm. Then by all means do that. So I say you stick with Marvin Jones still because that's
absolutely
he's a captain too, isn't he, or not? Is he captain?
I don't think he's a captain.
Maybe he's not a captain, but he's still a guy that you paid, so you got to justify him paying him that much money. I think Treadwell you can kind of rotate in and out.
Yeah, I think Laviska. Let's stay on Laviska a little bit too. And by the way, I think I said Tyron Williams, Tyron Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He was here first. He made so little impact. I said the wrong name, but. Laviska is an interesting conversation. More Jalen Ramsey. The Rams are weird right now. What to expect this week? We revisit the college well a bit. Action Sports Jax on ESPN.
Happy Stone Ocean Day, everybody.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about that, man. Hey, you know what? It ain't for you, man. Happy Stone Ocean Day, everybody.
Yellowstone. Here we come.
Hey,
we'll be back on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Mostly sunny skies today. Mild temperatures this afternoon reaching the low 70s, inland upper 60s at the coast. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight, we dropped down into the upper 40s. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands right now with Beard's unbeatable deals.
You don't have to visit Buffalo to get fresh, delicious, mouth-watering wings made to order. Just go to the Extreme Wings nearest you. Extreme Wings is where the locals have been going for the freshest, never-frozen, world-famous hot wings since 1999. Dozens of flavors to choose from. Full liquor bar, happy hour specials, state-of-the-art TVs on every wall. After the game, after work, for lunch, for dinner. Make it extreme. Check out their award-winning Pit Road wings. Oh, they're so good. They are grilled to perfection with extremely secret seasoning. Looking for a family-friendly sports restaurant that can accommodate large parties? Well, look no further. You can take the entire team to Extreme Wings after the game, where all kids' meals are just $6.99. Come celebrate the grand opening of Extreme Wings' newest location. That's Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax. Extreme burgers, salads, wraps, and of course, world-famous Extreme Wings. Do what the locals do and make it extreme. Extreme Wings' newest location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, or visit a location near you.
Looking for a great career that can take you places? The Jacksonville Transportation Authority offers miles of opportunity, and the JTA is now hiring bus operators. We offer competitive pay and benefits with a starting wage of $16.43 per hour. We're offering hiring bonuses from $10,000 to $15,000. CDL training is available, and JTA will pay for relocation to Florida. And the Sunshine State has no income tax, so your paycheck goes further. Stop looking for a job. Get yourself a new career with the JTA.
Hey, Bruiser, you ready to do the old holiday shopping routine?
Yeah, I got all the houses picked out.
Alrighty.
Hey, you know, I almost feel sorry for these folks.
Don't go soft on me now. That's why they pay insurance.
Okay, so you promise those kids will just lose their bikes for a little while?
Yeah, I promise. Whatever.
All right, then let's sing our favorite holiday song.
Yeah. We're making our list, checking it twice.
Looking for houses with things that are nice. Bruiser and Browser are coming to town. We're filling our truck, we won't leave much.
Avoiding those houses that God safe touch.
Bruiser and Browser are coming to town.
Crime does increase during the holidays. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, owner of Safe Touch Security Systems. Our new Safe Touch two-way communicator saves lives and prevents property loss every day. Our average response time is an incredible 14 seconds. Nobody can match our servers or our price. You have my guarantee on it.
Call SafeTouch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way by offering the free support and tools you'll need to succeed. Our AHEC cessation program offers Group Quit, virtual classes you can take from the comfort of your own home across every county in Florida. All you need is a phone, tablet, or computer. You may also be eligible to receive up to $400 worth of free quit aids, such as nicotine patches, lozenges, or gum. You aren't alone, and our group quit sessions can offer the support you've needed all along. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried to quit, now is your time to succeed, because now is the time to quit your way. So give us a call at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. Ask about free nicotine replacement options to help you quit today. This is your start to a tobacco-free life. No judgments, just help.
Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
I'm Adam Greathouse, United States Army.
Greg Gatson, Colonel, United States Army.
When I came back home, I realized something wasn't right with me.
I was wounded as a battalion commander.
I thought I was going to be stuck there. I thought everyone forgot me.
Hi, I'm Representative Kat Kamak. This year, let's make sure our veterans get the support they need and deserve. Let's take the time to thank those who put everything on the line for us.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey, it's Brent Mortno from Action Sports Jax. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jax on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jax. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690.
It always is. Whenever you can start fast, that always helps. But the biggest thing is being consistent. No matter what happens in that first drive, we got to consistently put drives together where we're getting points, and not only points, finishing in the red zone. We've kicked a lot of field goals, especially the last half of the games we've played. So got to put the ball in the end zone more, and that'll help us for sure. So it's just being better in the red zone.
That is Trevor Lawrence, and he's right about that. They have to be better. They just can't get in the end zone. It's really weird. There are times, you look at some of the numbers. James Robinson had 115 yards at the end of the day in a one-score game. What were they, 11 and 19 and 5 of 11 the last couple of weeks in third downs? That has been an eyesore. I understand if you're 2 for 10, Seattle's really struggling from there. Yeah. But they just can't get in the end zone, and maybe this up-tempo stuff will work. It looked like it worked. Maybe they found something. They finally got to it. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but why does it take so long to find that on offense? I think it's a fair question on something that even Urban Meyer couldn't answer after the game on Sunday, and they have since talked a little bit more about it. So I asked about Jalen Ramsey, just a few responses. Miss Beasley and Bryant Moore, says Stevie. Miss the player, not the person, says Jay. Mm-hmm. Buzzy says yes, and if you don't, let me know. It lets me know you're a complete loser. All righty. I know I'll see him again, whether far or soon. Says one. I already told you about Nick's comment about the 9-toed Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Maurice says, absolutely, I hope this franchise realizes superstar players get treated differently. You deal with all of their baggage, dysfunctional behaviors because they are stars. If not, then get used to more losing. You can't win without superstars. You just can't. You probably can't win. You will lose. You have the better chance of losing big. The Rams will never lose big with all that talent, but it doesn't guarantee you win big either. It takes a mix. Mm-hmm. But one thing we learned from those years, the Jags have to do a better job of cultivating their talent, from Yannick Ngakoue to Jalen Ramsey, and those are the two poster guys for that, right?
Yeah, you need more stars. Who are the stars right now?
Yeah, Trevor, but he hasn't even proven it on the field. Yeah. Trevor's a star. He's a face, but yeah, he just hasn't even proven it.
Yeah,
Josh Allen is as close to a star, and I think James Robinson really is as close to a star as you have. But again, that's not they're more on the Yannick Ngakoue star.
Yeah.
Wall than they are Jalen Ramsey star wall. Again, Jalen Ramsey is different. If you can get 3 or 4 of those guys, well, then you're doing things, because Jalen Ramsey, I just told you earlier, from a talent standpoint, I think he's the best guy that's ever worn the uniform. Mm-hmm. And that might even be a little dramatic, but you get my point. And I'm not sure he's far down the list if you disagree with me. Mm-hmm. So Matthew says, since there's potential for T-Law to be here way longer at a high level, I'll say no, since we'd probably not have him, which is true. Ryan O'Halloran, who used to cover him, says no. Do you miss Jalen Ramsey? Of course, Ryan's covering the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Now, we'll talk more Jalen Ramsey in a bit and more about the Rams in a moment, but we left the last segment talking about Laviska Shenault. John had a receiver's question. I thought it was a good one about a couple guys on the practice squad. I don't see that happen. I think they would already do that. But what I thought today, and this is why you would bring them up, not for speed purposes. That's not really what those guys are. From a talent speed standpoint, I don't know where they fit. I think they would have already made a move. They've had plenty of opportunities to do that if they wanted to. They see them at practice. There's a reason why they don't feel they're ready. Mm-hmm. But I do wonder how much could this offense function better if everybody just did their job. I'm not even talking about making plays, but one of the malfunctions of this offense is guys not lined up, a penalty here or there, a miscommunication, which 12 weeks in, still obvious. Like, I'm talking obvious miscommunications, like that jump off the TV or jump off the field when we're watching from high above that you just don't usually see. There's a lot of miscommunication that goes on in the football field. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get really lucky and it's not identified, but the players know that, right? You go back and watch the film and you're like, hey, we got lucky here. You missed this. No, we're seeing obvious miscommunication, especially on the offensive side. We saw a lot of that on the defensive side early in the year. That's been cleaned up a bit. Now we're seeing it on the offensive side, and we're into December. Yeah. So I don't. If it is Laviska, let's just point out Laviska right now, and I feel a little bad doing this because I don't know how much is all on him. Mm-hmm. I've really noticed him in the last month, whether it's dropping the ball, fumbling the ball, or doesn't look like he's in the right spot when he needs to be in the right spot. Mm-hmm. Do you sit a guy like that down and say, yeah, we're losing a little bit from a talent standpoint, but what the hell if we're not going to utilize his talent if he doesn't go to the right spot or line up correctly? Yeah, I mean, sure. I think you definitely at least have that conversation of saying do we sit him down until he earns that spot back? I think that's justified. I think that's fair. But also, I think what rubs me even more the wrong way are all the pre-snap penalties. Yeah. Right? I mean, drops are going to happen. Right now, yes, they've happened a lot more than you want to see here in Jacksonville, but every team is going to have at least some drops. It's the way of the world. But when we talk about a rhythm and a flow, because this is what offenses need. Offense is all about rhythm. It's all about finding your groove and sticking with that. The great offenses, they fire on all cylinders because they have a flow to them. When this team senses that you get some kind of rhythm built up, they kill themselves with holding penalties. They kill themselves with false starts. And those are just as big, I think, as the drops are. So, do you make an example of Laviska Shenault and say, hey, if you don't do your job, this is going to happen? Yeah, maybe you have that conversation. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of guys in terms of the pre-snap penalties that you have to address as well. Yeah, there's a lot of guys messing up. It's not just Laviska Shenault. But let's talk more about Laviska Shenault. You mentioned it. Is he going to be a part of this thing? Well, I think if you're talking about sitting him for these guys that you don't really know of yet, then you're saying he's not going to be part of this. Yeah, and that's why I don't think they will do that. But I like Laviska Shenault. I thought he would take a step this year, and I've been wrong, man. He has regressed. Is that on coaching? Is that on Laviska? Is he just not all there? Is there something going on? You never know, but is he in a funk? You can be in a funk as a player. You certainly can. And I don't know if I'd give up on that if that's what he's in. It's a 5 or 6 week stretch. But, he showed you on the 3rd and 21 play. He's shown us other signs of, man, this is who he can be. Are they misusing him? I want this guy to be a part of it because he's different. And I can't get off what Marvin Jones told me. The guy's been in the league for a decade. He didn't tell just me. He told the media. Back in August, he's like, he's a mismatch in the slot. There's very few people like him, if any, in the NFL. He's not playing like that. How did we feel about Laviska last year? I think Laviska was pretty good last year, man. It was like 600, something around 60 catches for 600 yards, maybe it was a little more than that, and 5 touchdowns. It was a very nice start. Yeah, so right now he's on pace for, right now he's at 45 receptions. And by the way, he's a second-year guy. Yeah, 441 yards receiving, and obviously 0 touchdowns right now in terms, 0 touchdowns at all. 0 touchdowns is the problem. And that's an issue. But he's going to surpass his receiving yards easily, I would say. He's got 5 more games. Yeah. Or what, 6 more games? 5 more games. Yeah, yards and catches he should surpass. So he's going to surpass that. But, it comes down to the scoring of the touchdowns. But it doesn't feel that good. Well, no, correct. It doesn't feel that good.
And I always say, and everyone would agree with me here, that you make your most progress from your first season to your second season, from your rookie year to the second year, because now you get acquainted, you get acclimated a little more. Yeah, I agree where Laviska Shenault has regressed a little bit. Now, is that on him? Is that on his mindset? It very well could be. But you have to ask yourself this question. In terms of receivers right now that you have on this team, Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault, when you had DJ Chark, now it's Tavon Austin, Treadwell, whatever the case may be, how going into this season, did you like this receiving core better or last year's receiving core better?
This.
Did you like this year's quarterback better or last year's quarterback better? Okay. So then something doesn't add up, because I think that the Laviska that we see right now is not who he is. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's coaching, something's not hitting home for him, whatever the case may be. The Laviska that we've seen, I don't think that's what I think he's capable of a lot more. I really do.
I do too.
Now, you got to put him in the right positions, and maybe they've tried and it hasn't worked out. Maybe that's the case. But I think in terms of being dynamic, and I get he's not the fastest guy out there, and that was even the MO out of college, okay. But you can still find a successful way, I think, to use him. And I don't think we've found that solution yet. I think some of it has to come down to coaching. I think the Laviska that we saw last year as a rookie was playing with more confidence with Gardner Minshew, seemed to have a little more pep in this step than, with Gardner Minshew than he does this year. And that shouldn't be the case going into your second year. So, if you want to call it coaching, go ahead and call it coaching, whether it's position coaching, whether it's the play calling, but some combination there. And yes, Laviska's to blame as well, but some combination there, whether it's a coordinator, the position coach, or just him himself, it's not working.
His recent funk of drop balls and a fumble and what looks to be lining up in wrong spots or running wrong routes or whatever it might be has come when they tried to move him to the outside to replace DJ Chark.
Yeah.
Bad experiment. Don't do it.
But we knew he wasn't DJ Chark, though.
I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they do it. If you, like I said this weeks ago, if Marvin Jones or you think that, just in general, people think he's a mismatch in the slot, why would you even try to move him outside?
But, yeah, no, for sure. But, how many times do we have to have these conversations of, hey, Josh Allen, he's a 3-4 outside linebacker, so let's put him there. Hey, Caleb Von Chason, let's not put his hand in the dirt his rookie
Miles
year.
Jack.
And now we're going to talk about, hey, Laviska Shenault, let's put him on the outside and let's see what happens. I don't know. Eventually, there has to come a point where you say, what does this guy do good? What is he known for? Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Let's not go above and beyond what we're asking our players to do, because guess what? He's in his second year right now. Put him on the outside should have never been the plan. We know who Laviska Shenault is. He's not a burner. But guess what? Get him the ball in the slot. These short crossing routes in the middle of the field, he does some pretty good stuff, right? If he lowers his shoulder, it takes more than one guy to bring him down. That's who he is. So let's not try to make Laviska Shenault something that he's not, right? It's the Deebo Samuel effect once again. Are you trying to make Deebo Samuel this, DeAndre Hopkins type where he's the one receiver and just run deep routes? Now, he can do that, but you're trying to make Deebo Samuel this guy where you get him the ball in space, let him lower his shoulder, and go to work. I just don't understand how it's that hard to do.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's get Steven on the line. He wants to ask about Laviska Shenault or to say something about him. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. What's up?
Hey, not too much, guys. How are you doing today?
Great.
Good.
God, Austin, you took my thunder, man. I was going to say the same thing. I don't know what is so hard, because I hate mentioning the old regime, but Jay Gruden at least knew to keep Laviska in the slot or use him out of the backfield. Quick slant, crossers, shallow comeback, and just let him do what he does after he catches the ball. That's where his bread and butter is. And every time they do switch him out, give him option routes and everything, it seems like he's lost.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it sound like me going to the doctor, like you need to dumb everything down. And very well that could be what it is. Just dumb it down to simple routes for him on the inside and let him do what he does after he catches the ball.
Yeah, thanks, Steven. I appreciate it. Glenn on YouTube. Steven calling from SpaceX.
I love it. But Steven,
that's what we should do a thing and be like, where is Steven calling from today?
Steven does make for sure. Steven does make a great point, though, because he brought up the option route. Now, I don't know. Eventually, I'm going to have to ask everybody myself. Are you guys giving Laviska Shenault the option route or not? Because if it's the option route, then it's his say of where he breaks the route off, where he likes to find the safe zone and coverage and all that stuff. if that's the case, I'd have to ask, well, why are you giving him that responsibility?
Yeah.
You give Devonta Adams that responsibility. You give DeAndre Hopkins that responsibility.
Veteran guys.
You give Cooper Kupp that responsibility.
Marvin Jones.
Yes, Marvin Jones, yeah, for sure. You give him that responsibility. Laviska Shenault is not Devonta Adams. Laviska Shenault is not Devonta Adams. He's not Cooper Kupp. He's not DeAndre Hopkins. Not even close. No, he can be special in his own way in terms of getting him the ball in space, but he's not an option wide receiver to this point in his career. So why are you trying to give him things that he can't do?
This is a tough thing to judge, okay? But real quick, he only played 7 games in his second year, Deebo Samuel. He had a great rookie year. Mm-hmm. And then his second year, he only played 7 games because of injury. But he had played 15 in his first year, and he was less than half the yard. He was about on pace to do similar what he had done in his rookie year. So he actually had a little bit because of the injuries more so, but he wasn't going to take this big step is my point. Now it looks like in year 3 he's taken this big step.
He's about to get some money too.
And so I shouldn't even say it looks like. He absolutely has taken a big step.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't give up on Laviska Shenault. I'll also say this. They have Ayuk, who's got speed. They have Kittle, they've got the running game going. They have found a way to use him because other parts. They're asking Laviska probably to do more than he can do. And above his pay grade right now because they don't have Chark and because they've had other injuries. And again, his bad play has come when not only Chark went out, but even James Robinson went out. And they're asking him maybe to do a little bit too much here in this year, too. I wouldn't give up on Laviska Shenault, I guess, is the moral of the story.
I'm not.
He's still a good player. They got to find the proper way to use him and elevate the game. That's what Shanahan and the 49ers have done with Deebo Samuel. We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
On November 2nd, 2021, Cox Radio LLC, licensee of WOKV AM, RF channel 690 kilohertz, Jacksonville, Florida, filed an application with the Federal Communications Commission for a transfer of control affecting the Cox Radio LLC, arising from a proposed corporate reorganization. Members of the public wishing to view this application or obtain information about how to file comments and petitions on the application can visit publicfiles.fcc.gov and search in WOKV AM Public File.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to let the good times roll. And by roll, I mean roll on home in a brand new Toyota, because Toyotathon is on at Arlington Toyota. Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Tundra, Tacoma. Arlington Toyota has 300 new Toyotas available. And with Arlington's 30-day exchange program and lifetime warranty with every new purchase, buying your new Toyota's more fun than ever. Toyotathon is on at Arlington, 10939 Atlanta Boulevard, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/Toyotathon for full details.
For most, the holiday season is filled with family and fond memories. But for area foster kids, it can be one of the most difficult times of the year. While you can't change that, you can help create new holiday memories by donating a gift they've been dreaming about. Simply contact Jewish Family and Community Services, choose a wish list, then shop, or donate online. Add some joy to a child's holiday by visiting jfcsjax.org. That's jfcsjax.org.
Hey, boss, did you notice the holiday decorations on your street?
Oh, yeah, it's getting to be that time of year again.
Yeah, makes me so happy I want to sing.
Uh-oh, I smell a song coming on.
It's beginning to look a lot like Crooksmas.
Nice. Packages near every door.
But the prettiest sight to me...
no safe touch signs, you see.
Do-it-yourself alarms we like much more.
A pair of houses in a row.
Do they have Safe Touch?
No, no, no.
So crooks like us use Crash and Smash
to get inside and take the cash.
It's beginning to look a lot like Crooksmas.
DIY alarms we love for sure.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Whether you're a rock-solid hard athlete or a hardcore fan, in Little League, a pro, or a weekend warrior, Cora Physical Therapy is here to help you reach your goals. We're happy to announce that Cora is now open in Kingsland, on Boone and Haddock, and we're coming soon to Brunswick. With a total of 17 clinics in the Jacksonville region, there's sure to be one near your home or work. Call or come in today for a free screening. No physician's referral needed. CoraPhysicalTherapy.com. Treating everyone right.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join ESPN 690 on March 5th for the Gate River Run. Registration for the 15K, 5K for charity, Junior River Run, and the Brooks Rehabilitation Mile Challenge is now open at GateRiverRun.com. Training information is available on the website. See you at the starting line.
All right, have you ever heard of Monkey Bar Technology? The only place to find it, Easy Garage Solutions. Go to EasyGarageSolutions.com. So what is it? Well, basically, you put it in your garage, hang it on the walls, hang the bikes from Monkey Bar Technology, and you don't have to worry about it again. Never, ever again. It's that good. It can hold like 1,000 pounds. It's insane. We have it at our house. We did it a few months back. I've been telling you about it for a few months now. Easy Garage Solutions. Something else we found this week, getting those Christmas decorations down. You have to get on the ladder and get it off the elevated bins and baskets instead of on the floor. Clear the floor space up, and now those bins are elevated for the rest of the year and easy to take down, easy to find those Christmas decorations, by the way. Easy Garage Solutions. Go to EasyGarageSolutions.com. You'll be glad you did. Park the cars like you used to park them or clear out some of that space in your garage. Easy Garage Solutions. It's that easy.
Hey, what's up? It's Austin Lane. Check out Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 or ESPN690.com.
Well, it's been a big week in college football. Incredible, really. Brian Kelly introduced at LSU. Garth Brooks, by the way, is going to play in Baton Rouge. Calling Baton Rouge in Baton Rouge could be pretty good at Tiger Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if that coincided with Kelly going, if that was part of the deal, but it was announced about the same time.
That might have been the cherry on top.
That is something I think, like, I love Garth Brooks. I like watching Garth Brooks concerts, and he's a really good entertainer. Mm-hmm. But that would be a cool moment now, seeing it in Baton Rouge. Because Calling Baton Rouge is a great song live anyway. It's a great song, not even live, but it's really a great song live. And to see it in Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium, the place would be out of its mind, I would imagine.
I'm sure it would.
Right?
I mean, that's almost got to be your closer, I would feel like.
I would think so.
I would hope
right?
so.
It's closer to my wedding. I told you that before.
Yeah.
Closer to the wedding because we were going to live in Louisiana. See that?
Perfect.
I don't know the story.
That's it. That's all you need to know. It's Calling Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're going to move to Louisiana.
Okay.
Casey, you got your wedding songs picked out yet, man?
No.
Do you have your song? You don't have a song?
No.
You have a tuxedo?
No.
Are you going
on a honeymoon?
You going to Adele?
Also, no. And what was your question?
Are you going to go Adele with the song?
Oh, dude, come on.
Really?
It's on the top of the
But
list.
isn't it? It's kind of heartbreak music, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you just got to look at the, depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you feel the music.
You just got to see through it. Okay, I got you.
So, do you have anything ready for the wedding?
No. We have an Airbnb.
Heck yeah, that's all that matters. Boom.
What, for like that night, weekend?
Like before, yeah.
Okay, but no honeymoon.
Mm-mm.
Why is that?
We don't have any money.
Oh. Yeah. That's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just go down and say
we haven't gone on a honeymoon. If it makes you feel any better. Me and my wife haven't gone on one either.
You still haven't gone on one?
No.
Really?
We're busy people, Brent.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that like a thing, though? Do a lot of people not go on honeymoons?
I feel like a lot of people do go on honeymoons.
I feel like they do, too.
I mean,
but
if you've been on Facebook,
I'm talking
you've
to
seen
two
that.
people
Oh, yeah.
right now that didn't.
Yeah.
And I also think Kuz, did he go on a honeymoon?
He had like 3 weddings, though.
Yeah, Kuz is fine.
He did go on a honeymoon?
I mean, no, I think he had like a little.
Oh, no, he did. He did go on a honeymoon.
Getaway. I don't know if it was a
Did he go
honeymoon.
to Cancun or something?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. I think I remember that conversation.
Or that was just a randomly placed vacation. One of the two.
Well, if you randomly place it around your wedding, then it can be a honeymoon.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see the video? Like it was like 4 minutes of Brian Kelly at Notre Dame, his departure. Did you ever see it?
No, I didn't.
That's how much when he met with the team. Remember, he had texted and said, "Hey, we'll meet at 7 a.m." So he meets with the team, and it just goes to show you. Like my first reaction was like he met with him for 3 minutes and like 58 seconds or something. Like that was it.
Yeah.
That's all he had. These guys, he put 12 years in. These guys recruited him.
Do you think the guys want to hear from him, though?
Probably not.
There you
and
go.
I think, but I also think if you listen to it, because somebody had videoed it, that's probably one of the reasons why they don't do it. Because somebody's always videoing it. So you got to be careful what you say anyway.
Yeah.
And they're probably in tune with that.
Yeah.
But it actually was, I don't know what else he was supposed to say or do. The only thing I would wonder is like, hey, if those are my guys, would you take questions? Like, hey, go ahead, feel free to ask me whatever you want about it.
I mean, do you really want to answer those questions, though?
I don't know.
You're in a tough spot by question 2.
You're essentially going to your own funeral there.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like because keep in mind,
But
these guys
doesn't
are
that when you-
emotional.
I get it,
Like,
but
they're not
doesn't
going
that
to be
like,
good questions.
Hey, if I'm going to be transparent with you and say, hey, I love you, I'm just going for a different opportunity, which is what he said. I mean, that's what he said. I just felt it was time to go for a different opportunity.
But then first question, why did you lie to us?
Yeah.
Why did you continue to lie to us even yesterday?
Yeah, or why aren't you coaching us then?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like you're
So
setting
that's
yourself
why.
up
Yeah,
for
you're digging your own hole.
Yeah.
I guess it just goes to show there's no good way to do it.
I said it yesterday. Tell your players first and then go from there.
It's an idea.
That's a good way to do it.
Well, we're going to tell you first that we'll be right back at 4 o'clock. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
You don't have to visit Buffalo to get fresh, delicious, mouth-watering wings made to order. Just go to the Extreme Wings nearest you. Extreme Wings is where the locals have been going for the freshest, never-frozen, world-famous hot wings since 1999. Dozens of flavors to choose from. Full liquor bar, happy hour specials, state-of-the-art TVs on every wall. After the game, after work, for lunch, for dinner. Make it extreme. Check out their award-winning Pit Road wings. Oh, they're so good. They are grilled to perfection with extremely secret seasoning. Looking for a family-friendly sports restaurant that can accommodate large parties? Well, look no further. You can take the entire team to Extreme Wings after the game, where all kids' meals are just $6.99. Come celebrate the grand opening of Extreme Wings' newest location. That's Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax. Extreme burgers, salads, wraps, and of course, world-famous Extreme Wings. Do what the locals do and make it extreme. Extreme Wings' newest location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, or visit a location near you.
It doesn't matter how old we are. We all need love and support. Yet, teenagers who end up in foster care have a much harder time finding it, as nearly 82% of current foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. The good news is, you can positively impact a teen's life by becoming a foster parent with help from Family Support Services of North Florida. You don't have to be married or own a home. You provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. So if you've ever felt a calling to help youth, please take this opportunity to explore becoming a foster parent to a teen through Family Support Services. Teenagers may no longer be little, but they still need lots of love. Take the next step by visiting foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
The right time for the best water is right now. CGC Water Treatment wants to make sure your family's water is clean, healthy, and tastes great. CGC Water's done that for my family for a handful of years now, and it all starts with a Connecticut system. American-made and installed by the pros at CGC Water Treatment. Contact CGC Water Treatment now for your free water test. Connecticut systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Connecticut makes the world's most efficient softeners, twin-tank, non-electric systems that use less salt and water during regeneration. Right now, save up to $600 on select system packages. Financing available with approved credit. Just call CGC Water at 904-552-1242 and ask about the Conway Club, the new service program that will save you money on salt, filters, delivery, parts, and labor. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Connecticut dealer.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Get yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G. It's a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. It's a cool phone. You can pair it with your Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. You can check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, such as biking, swimming, golfing, and more. So invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up a Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products are sold separately.
Are you wasting money on a timeshare you rarely use? Cancel it with Titan Exit Group. Get a free consultation and see how they can stop the never-ending maintenance fees and mortgage payments. In fact, if your timeshare contract is not terminated, you owe nothing, so you have nothing to lose. But those monthly fees. Get legally released from your timeshare, 100% guaranteed. Call now for your free consultation at 800-200-0894. 800-200-0894.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. Here's what's happening. New LSU football coach Brian Kelly today held his introductory press conference. He told reporters he never entered this season planning to leave Notre Dame, but the opportunity to coach the Tigers was just too exciting to pass up. Also said he looks forward to meeting the standard of expectations at LSU. Kelly aligns perfectly with the Tigers, according to athletic director Scott Woodward.
His vision for what LSU football can become is the same as ours. He's not here to simply fit into our culture. He's here to transform it. And most importantly, his expectations for LSU football are the same as ours. He's not just here to win, he's here to win championships.
LSU AD Scott Woodward. NFL, after missing the last two games with COVID-19, Cowboys receiver Amari Cooper is expected to return tomorrow versus the Saints. Reports are at Werder. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones, dealing with a neck strain, says he's preparing to play against the Dolphins on Sunday. NBA Heat center Bam Adebayo will have surgery on a torn ligament this weekend in his thumb. He's out indefinitely. He was injured in last night's loss.
Step up your creativity now during Dell's Cyber Monday event with savings up to $300 off, including deals on the latest PCs with Intel Core processors, shop laptops, monitors, and more. Plus, free shipping. Call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Yeah, I think, when you look at it, we stayed out. We had a couple third and longs in the game. You're always going to have one or two at least. But compared to the weeks before, the last two games, San Francisco and Atlanta, we've had a lot more manageable third downs. It was 3rd and 7 or less most of the time. So that's always going to help your percentage on third down, because then you can get some 3rd and 1. You can run the ball, get a conversion that way, and we did that a few times. So that's always going to help, and that's been the biggest thing.
That is Trevor Lawrence reaching for positivity, and the third down conversions is something. It's super improved, but the weird part about it is their offensive production has not improved with it.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of odd?
Yep.
Like it's not like they did turn the ball over twice, but it's not like they're turning it over 4 times, or it's not like they're missing field goals like they used to. But when you convert to that degree, now, again, some of this feels like garbagey time football, too. It's not exactly garbage time, but it's kind of felt like, remember, it was 17-0 San Fran. It was 21-3 Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So the defense changes. I don't know, man. You got to look through the weeds on the Jags offense right now. But that is a little bit of a sense of positivity. And it seems like they're going to go to this up-tempo stuff, which everybody's answer to struggling is go up-tempo. And they like that, but you got to be careful with the defense when it comes to that. John's been hanging on the line. A different John. 2 Johns in the first hour of the show. Let's get him in. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Brent Martin, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz. I think he wants to talk a little bit about the offense. What's up, John?
Hey, guys. So I think one thing that I wanted to mention to add to the weight that these guys are feeling, like Chenault and Marvin Jones for sure, is that loss of Travis Etienne, man. In the offseason, losing him, I think, put a lot of weight on those other guys to step up, and I don't think they had the pieces. They haven't found an Etienne like he can be, and I think we need to give these guys another year to have Etienne there, because I think he was a big part of the offense. I think he was going to play Jamar Chase kind of role for this team, and I think if he plays somewhat like Jamar Chase next year, I think these guys have better years, because I think they complement the rest of the offense the way the Urban Meyer, I think, thought this year would go. And I think that really threw him off.
John, good take, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in here on Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. I do believe Etienne did change kind of what they had. The problem with building around a guy like Etienne, he was almost like the quarterback. Like if you had lost Trevor Lawrence, well, now things change about what you want to do and how you can do it and how you feel about it. Well, Etienne was a little bit like that, because one of the reasons they drafted him, they didn't have anybody like him.
Sure.
And so that's why you draft guys in the first round. You're like, hey, I don't have anybody like this. Let's put him in there. Now we can debate whether running back and all that stuff should have been picked, but that's why they drafted him. They let, we're going to either get Kadarius Toney or we're going to get Etienne. We don't have guys like that. And you know what? They were right. They don't have guys like that. They identified that in the offseason. They don't. Well, the problem with that is what happens when you lose a guy. Mm-hmm. And then you really don't have anybody like that, even though you kind of built a game plan. Would have been different if we knew Etienne was out in May.
Yeah.
But when he went out in mid to late August, well, now you're like, oh, shoot. Mm-hmm. We got to rip these pages out. We had these conversations. You got to rip these pages out of the playbook, and now we're trying to find Jamal Agnew and Tavon Austin to do these kind of things, and they've really never figured it out.
No, you didn't. But I agree, with the caller and saying I think Etienne was going to be a big part of this offense, and obviously in a big capacity because, well, you drafted a running back in the first round, so you better be able to use him. I think that when Travis Etienne got hurt, whether this was Bevel's call, Schottenheimer's call, Urban's call, but it was to say, okay, so we're going to build our offense around, player A in Travis Etienne. I think it went from, okay, well, we can try to plug somebody else in that role instead of saying, okay, well, what do we have now on our team that we have to maybe evolve a little bit and adapt and say, we can't do what Travis Etienne does, right? What we had envisioned for him, we can't do that anymore. So now we have to go in a new direction. I don't think that conversation took place. I think the conversation took place where it's like, okay, well, we don't have Travis Etienne. Who can we get to replace him?
Yeah.
And that's been, I think, their goal ever since. And spoiler alert, it hasn't really worked out well. I think if you look at this defense and what Joe Cullen's been able to do, now I get last game wasn't the best showing in the first half, but they adapted a little bit and they got better the second half. But in the beginning of the year, we kept on talking about, man, this man coverage. Like, these guys can't cover anybody. Like, all you need is one crossing route, and these guys are getting burnt. Well, what did Joe Cullen do? Joe Cullen said, okay, well, let's go ahead and drop back in a little more zone. Let's change our blitzes up a little bit. Maybe let's change up our personnel a little bit, and let's try something new. Well, you tried something new. You beat the Buffalo Bills. You had a pretty good showing against Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts, and it's been better since then. Why? Because you changed it up, because you evolved, because you adapted. You didn't get stuck in your ego and say, we're going to try to make this work come hell or high water. I think that's where this offense is right now. I think this offense tried to make Travis Etienne work being gone and say, you know what, we can find somebody else to fit that exact role, and it hasn't worked. And then that not having worked, you put your offense in a obviously a hole. And I think we're still there right now.
Yeah, that's a really good thought. I think they failed to get off what they wanted to be quick enough. And they failed in a lot of respects for the first 3 months of the season to evolve into what they want to be anyway, and to what caters to the most important piece of the franchise, the starting quarterback, the number one overall pick. And now we're finally hearing some of those things. I mean, it took until week 11, like the second half, to go up tempo and play. We saw this in the Dallas game in August when they couldn't do anything for the first couple of weeks. Shouldn't that have been a red flag right there to Urban Meyer? Like, play the quick game, do some of the college stuff, do more of it, and shouldn't. I don't feel like we've seen a lot of that since. We've probably seen some, but we didn't see a lot. We saw it that game because you know why? Urban Meyer was fed up with not scoring any points even in the preseason. Yeah. He was out of his mind. Yes. And so he's like, you know what? We're doing that. We're going to get something going. We need to get something going. Well, here we are in December, and we're going to try to get something going again.
But let me ask you this, though, because you talk about the hurry up, the kind of the up-tempo offense, and that's fine. But like I said before, you need to have a rhythm in that. Yeah. This team has no rhythm right now because you're 2 plays here, 2 plays there, first down, and all of a sudden it's a false start.
Yeah, first
2 plays here, 2 plays there. James Robinson for 20-yard touch or 20-yard run. Guess what? It's coming back because somebody held.
Yep.
So yes, I think you need to do something new, sprinkle something different in. But the quick tempo makes me nervous because do you have the team to facilitate that right now? Because you guys can't sustain a drive without getting a penalty, without getting a drop ball, without getting a holding call. And you can't sustain a quick tempo offense if you do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we want to make it sound so easy in the building, and I think probably somewhat reality is they have a lot of things breaking down, and you can't operate when all these things are breaking down, from an inaccurate pass from the QB to a drop to a wrong route to a holding penalty to a lining up penalty to a good defensive play. Sometimes that happens, and then the score and everything else. But it does get a little tiresome to say that and say that and say that. I've said this for the last few weeks. Part of the job of the offensive coordinator, part of the job of Urban Meyer is to work around that stuff and figure it out. Right, we now know what this has been for a while. Like, we're going on 5 weeks of pretty bad offense around here, and it wasn't that great to begin with. Yet the first 6 games felt like the Kansas City Chiefs versus what this feels like.
Yeah,
so it should not look this bad. I mean, they should be out just beyond themselves right now on the production of this team. Somebody shared this with me. In 2020, Jags scored 24 points 7 times in their first 12 games. Obviously, they haven't done it yet in their first 11 games this year. Minshew, Luton, and Glennon were at quarterback then. I mean, it's not like they had a good team. I mean, Minshew, they decided not to play. They didn't have – and they were still able to put up points. They were able to coach it up, figure it out, make things happen, even with a not-so-great offense, and especially at quarterback. So, I mean – it's on them to figure out. If Etienne's missing, if it's better to go up-tempo. I'll say the other part about why it takes so long maybe to get up-tempo, and this is defensive them, but in reality, the defense was playing so poor early on, they couldn't get off the field, that if you play up-tempo and go 3 and out, you put them right back on the field. It's a dangerous thing. But now you feel like maybe you could go up-tempo because the defense – has at least done some things to get off the field, and it's okay to put them back on the field. I don't think there was any faith. You got to go back and remind yourself for the first 6-7 weeks, there was no faith in this defense of making a stop. That Cincinnati game was really an exclamation point on it. But now, to your point, they've adjusted. They're getting better. They're getting better play out of a guy like Tyson Campbell. And now maybe that does allow you to do some different things. That's really why the crazy part of all this is, yes, the offense has excuses. They've got a rookie quarterback. They've got no Etienne. They've lost Chark. They now lose Dan Arnold. They lost a few linemen in that stretch. But what they don't have is the excuse of a defense not getting them the ball back, and they are forced to play catch-up. This defense and this organization isn't even asking the offense to do much. They're score 3 times in the game, and we might win.
Yeah.
That's it. That's average. That's probably even below average in today's world. And so that's really where the frustration lies. So we'll see if they can figure it out. I don't know if this is the game to figure it out. Or maybe it is. One of the craziest things going on. I'm telling you, this is wild. I did the numbers today, just on the points. I haven't really gone deep into the numbers.
Yeah.
But do you know over the 3-game losing streak for the Rams and the Jags?
Okay.
Let's make sure I got my numbers right. But I think it's 74 points the Jags have given up over the last 3 games.
Sure.
So what's it, 25 a pop? Which, again, isn't unbelievable. But it's also not atrocious. I think they were giving up close to 30 the first 6-7 weeks of the year. The Rams have given up 95 points in that same stretch. So we're talking about 30-plus points. Now.
Here we go. Yeah.
Stafford.
I'll say this caveat.
Stafford has 3 pick sixes. The other thing, though, even for the Jags, is they had the blocked punt return for a touchdown. So you can take one off the board.
Yeah.
But my point is, even if we just said they were equal, with the talent that's on that defense.
Well, hang on. Yeah. I mean, the Rams are far more talented.
They are. It's amazing that in the last 3 games they've played this poor on defense, is my point.
No, for sure. But the one caveat that you didn't mention is the fact that the Jaguars are not the Titans. The Jaguars are not the 49ers, and the Jaguars are not the Green Bay Packers.
True.
In terms of offense.
Yeah.
Even without Derrick Henry. I mean, now, granted, the Titans' defense, really won them that game as opposed to, yeah,
they did.
They're playmakers on offense. But in terms of San Fran and Green Bay, the Jaguars' offense is not even close to those two teams.
No, but the one measurable we do have is San Fran scored 30 here and 31 against L.A. My point being is they're about equal defenses right now over the last 3 weeks statistically, which is crazy. It's just crazy. And by the way, the offense, like Matthew Stafford is not playing well. He's banged up. I don't know if this is going to be they're still trying to figure out Odell Beckham Jr. How much has Robert Woods hurt them? Who are they, right? Who are they on offense right now is something that's, again, this might be a get-right game. The Rams, if you asked me a month ago, would beat the Jags by 24.
Yes.
At least. They're 2-touchdown favorites. They should be 2-touchdown favorites. I'm just telling you, they're not playing good football. It's pretty wild going into this game that they've lost 3 in a row. Their defense hasn't played that great, and their offense is really struggling.
Do you think the Jaguars can put over 20 points on the Rams?
I don't think Jags can put up over 20 points on anybody until I see it happen.
Okay.
But that's not I don't think the Falcons' defense is that good either.
No.
And they couldn't do it there.
Yes.
They just haven't been able to do it.
At home.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah.
Wait, this isn't I'm not trying to get into a debate here of whether I think the Jags are going to beat the Rams. I'm just telling you the most astonishing thing right now in the NFL should be the fact that the Rams suck.
No, for sure.
The Rams have sucked the last month. That is unbelievable given their payroll, their all-in nature, and the star power of their team. It is more surprising that the Rams suck than the Jags suck.
Yeah, but the Rams suck to good teams. The Jaguars suck to Atlanta Falcons.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, and the 49ers. Yeah, and I think the Titans are a pretty good team, regardless of what we saw last week.
The Jags sucked to the previous week? Indianapolis. Good team.
Yeah.
All right, so Atlanta's not a good team, but they've got 5 wins. It's the same amount as...
The Falcons are not a good team.
No, I wouldn't say they are.
Yeah.
Titans were playing well.
I think the Titans are better than the Falcons. I think the 49ers are better than the Falcons, so are the Packers. So,
Packers
I think in terms of the resume, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to be surprised come Sunday that the Rams defense absolutely torches this offense.
No, I wouldn't either.
Not going to be surprised.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Maybe not. Who knows? But.
I know. I think you're just. I'm looking at you like you're. Brent, don't try to sell me that the Jags are going to beat the Rams. I'm not trying to sell you on that.
Good.
I just think they have been highly disappointing.
Yes.
And when you have that much talent, that's the fact. Hey, if you go to Vegas and you bet on trends, okay? Mm-hmm. The trend right now is, we know the Jags stink. I'm not telling you to take them. I'm just telling you, don't expect, the Rams to be great all of a sudden. They haven't given us any evidence of being great. Yeah. Matthew Stafford's thrown a pick 6 in 3 straight games, and their defense has been just okay.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling us to take the Jags with the points?
No, I would take the Rams all day.
With the 13? It's 13,
yes.
I just looked. Oh, all right. Very good.
Yeah, listen, they're in different – there are a couple games on the schedule where they are – you still would say they're in different classes. What I think the conversation about the Rams is, can they get it right in time? Well, they can to get in the playoffs because the NFC is brutal.
Yeah.
All you got to do is finish over 500 right now to make it to the postseason.
So
the way this is trending.
Team defense right now, the Rams are in 15th in the NFL in team defense.
And they've got the best player in the game, the best corner in the game.
Yep.
And they've got a lot of other really good players.
Yeah.
A guy that used to be the best player in the game, Leonard Floyd, is very good.
Yeah. Shout out to the Jaguars for being number 20 right now in team defense.
Their numbers seriously are not that bad considering the way it started. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just to be clear, you're saying Aaron Donald is the best player in the league? That's who you said there?
Well, he has been for the last...
Okay, I'm just checking, just confirming.
Why? Who?
No, I'm just confirming. I don't know. I mean, TJ Watt has something to say.
Yeah, on the bench, right?
Yeah. Diggs got something to say.
Who?
Diggs.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just
just
clarifying.
After Diggs is in line for Player of the Year?
No, because he gives up plays too.
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey's still a better corner than Diggs.
Okay.
The guy that you could maybe say right now is that you would take over Donald right
Myles
now
Garrett.
is Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's out of his mind and shaking hands with the opposing quarterbacks.
I mean, who's going to say don't do that? I can't tell him that. See his biceps? You see that dude?
Yeah.
Dude's,
Drug test.
Dude, I know.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. Are the Rams going to get it right? Like, are the Rams just disappointing? Or are they going through a funk? Which there's plenty of time to recover. I always say this. I wouldn't want to be the Titans, what they just did. I'm not sure I want to be the Patriots. Now, you got to get yourself in position. But I think the Patriots have peaked and are peaking, and I don't know if you can carry that all the way. See, the Rams are talented enough where if they do figure it out, get a little healthier with the quarterback and other spots, well, then they could go on a run in late December into January, right into February.
Yes.
That's where you want to be playing your best ball.
Yes. I think they can get it right for sure. I do. I think they can. I mean, on defense, yeah, things got to change there for sure. I'm going to buy one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. I'm going to buy the best corner probably in the NFL. And I'm going to buy that Matthew Stafford can, get it together and fix those injuries. And I'm going to buy Odell Beckham Jr. can fit in this offense somehow. So, yeah, I'm going to buy the Rams. I'm not ready to sleep on them quite yet.
Do you think, though, they have upset their chemistry or something? Like, you've been in locker rooms. I mean, they added Miller, they added Beckham Jr., and everybody's like, well, did they need to, right? And now those two guys aren't really contributing that much, although I do thank OBJ for the touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
Team.
I mean, give OBJ some time, though. I mean, it was his second game.
Yeah.
The first one, he was definitely not on the same page. It takes a little time to get acquainted,
I
you
get
know?
it.
I think with Von Miller, we'll see about Von Miller. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be fine. I think Von Miller, I think will eventually contribute as well. How could he not? You play him next to Aaron Donald. By the way, NFL Defensive Player of the Year odds right now as they sit from yesterday.
Here we go.
Aaron Donald is 5th on this list at plus 1,200.
Yeah.
There's 4 guys ahead of him. Care to guess who it is?
Well, Diggs has to be one.
Diggs is one of them.
Diggs is ahead of him.
Plus 700. Yeah.
Wow.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt's ahead of him as well.
Garrett.
Missing one.
One more.
We can do this, bro.
Plus 800. He's plus 800. By the way, Myles Garrett's the favorite, plus 175. Trevon Diggs is plus 700.
Somebody else has a ton of sacks.
I would say he does. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Free agent.
Oh, Judon.
There you go.
We did it.
What's he got? Dozen? Is that what he's at? Dozen sacks?
I wouldn't have came up with that, by the way. Good work.
I know, man. That's he's kind of a dark horse, isn't he? I'm looking up Judon's stats. He's got 11.5 sacks.
By the way,
wow.
It was like $54.5 million. That's it. Over like 4 years. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't even an $18 million buy.
You think Joe Cullen wanted him?
Yes.
I would have gave them my honeymoon fund to sign him.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's
heard Joe Cullen might have wanted him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rams to the Super Bowl. What are the chances?
Oof. I like Green Bay, man. I still like my pick in Green Bay.
I think decent.
Tampa Bay? They don't scare you?
I think they're playing bad now, but I think they turn it around. If you're going to tell me that they're going to sell the rest of the sell as in be bad the rest of the season, I'm not going to believe you.
Okay, but there's 6 really good teams in the NFC. Are they ahead of Dallas?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they ahead of Green Bay?
No.
No.
Not right now.
Are they ahead of Tampa?
Comparable.
Yeah.
Are they ahead of Arizona?
Hard to tell because I don't know.
Because where's Kyler Murray?
Where's Kyler Murray?
Well, he's coming back. He's coming back this week,
Let's
right?
see what it looks like.
We'll see.
I would say, honestly, comparable right now with the Cardinals because I have no idea what the Cardinals are.
That's true.
Yeah, I know they're 9-2 and haven't lost 3 in a row.
Oh, and Trace Edmonds is hurt too.
But I will say this: you got to wonder right now if Stafford can make it through the year.
Yeah.
If he's banged up.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Wolford.
I was just going to say,
Rams are 49ers.
Right now, I'd buy the 49ers, quite frankly.
Okay.
We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Mostly clear skies this evening, 50s and 40s after sunset. Overnight, we drop down to the mid to upper 40s. Mostly sunny Thursday, highs in the lower to mid 70s. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands right now with Beard's unbeatable deals.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Looking for a great career that can take you places? The Jacksonville Transportation Authority offers miles of opportunity, and the JTA is now hiring bus operators. We offer competitive pay and benefits with a starting wage of $16.43 per hour. We're offering hiring bonuses from $10,000 to $15,000. CDL training is available, and JTA will pay for relocation to Florida. And the Sunshine State has no income tax, so your paycheck goes further. Stop looking for a job. Get yourself a new career with the JTA.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-343-8638. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-343-8638. 800-343-8638. 800-343-8638.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
In today's world, there's a lot of ways to know what's happening. At Action News Jax, we make sure our local stories have more detail, so you get every angle that impacts you. We dig for answers because you deserve the whole story. Taking time to provide context so you're clear on what's really going on. Because we know information is thrown at you 24/7. And we want you to know that Action News Jax is local coverage you can count on.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. In all honesty, it's a very hard thing to do. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW, you'll connect to a quit coach who will help you assess your addiction. You may also qualify for free nicotine patches or gum. So call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. No judgments, just help.
Jeeps, Chevys, Fords, Hondas, Toyotas, and more. Toyotathon is on, including all makes and models at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Arlington's got 300 used available. Plus, you'll buy with total confidence thanks to Arlington's 30-day exchange program that comes with your purchase. That's 30 days to love your purchase or exchange it. Toyotathon is on, even on used at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlanta Boulevard, and online at arlingtontoyota.com today. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/Toyotathon for full details.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey everybody, it's Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jax. There's a good chance you have a smart speaker, so use it with ESPN 690. Stay up to date on the Jags and all things sports by telling Alexa or Google to play ESPN 690. It's as easy as that. Make sure you listen weekdays 3 until 6 p.m. on ESPN 690.
I don't think it's that far off. I think that he's going to have to look at his roster. There's some deficits. We lost a lot of offensive linemen. I think that he's got to replenish his roster either through recruiting or the transfer portal. But there's some skilled players like Keyshawn Boutte. There's great players coming back. He's not that far off.
Eddie O taking his $17 million
into the sunset.
I was going to say like to the beach, but I'm not sure he's going to the beach.
Nah, he just stays in the bayou.
I was going to say, I feel like he's going to catch some gator. Either that or go and eat some boiled peanuts or something.
Is there any more of a culture shock than going from Eddie O to Brian Kelly?
No.
I mean,
do you think that's
they'll know what their coach is saying though? Like in the meeting, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
that's a good point.
This is different."
That's a good point.
That's not surprising that they wanted a little bit more of the CEO-ish feel.
Oh yeah,
in Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
I still don't understand. I'm telling you guys, like the 60-year-old coach giving him $10 million for 10 years is just, or 9 years, just seems. 60's young, but
yeah. But do you know why they can do that, Brent? Because they can afford it.
Because they can. I know. I don't know why. I get caught up in it too. Like the
That
money
ain't your
doesn't
money,
matter.
man.
It's funny money.
You ain't paying taxes on it.
Well, speaking of that, we were just talking about this, and we're kind of getting into draft season.
Yeah.
Happy December, everybody.
Shock your mock right on the corner.
Here we go.
Don't tell me that it's gone by fast, too. Nothing. It doesn't go by fast.
A tradition like no other. Draft talk.
Yeah. Shock your mock season feels like 5 years ago for me.
I'm doing some research already, man. I'm looking at wide receivers.
Let me tell you
now.
something.
What
If
you
they
got?
don't pick Drake London, this is the second time I've said this on the radio.
You
If he
have.
makes it to the second round, oh my goodness.
Gonna freak out.
Oh my goodness. There will be an open like you won't believe.
You big Drake London guy, huh?
Oh
Big
my-
USC guy. Okay.
He's incredible, man. Telling you right now.
I haven't watched a lot of USC football this year, so I don't really know.
He's hurt right now, which is
Good.
which is why I'm saying second round because you're not going to pick him third.
Right in the Trent Baalke wheelhouse. Fantastic.
Exactly. Watch the film. I'm
Serious? Okay.
I'm dead
serious
serious.
injury or he's okay?
Well,
Is it an ACL?
I think so.
It better. Are you serious?
Casey, you gotta be joking me.
It's not ACL, but
Casey,
they think he could have came back, but he decided just slow play it because USC's trash.
I'm doing some more research
Brent
as we
Martineau,
speak 'cause I don't
awesome,
trust
and
you
Casey
anymore.
Kurtz. I'm not so sure about London anymore.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just watch.
Hey, we were talking about receivers. And there are a lot of people, we see it on the comments on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and
Michael Gallup.
Twitch.
It was an ankle.
A lot of people want
Okay, I'm cool.
the
with that.
Jags to go get like a guy like Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Speedy guy,
Yep.
veteran guy.
Yeah.
You love him.
One
Love him.
receiver. I don't mind him when
He's a
healthy.
killer.
Yeah.
Less than Austin, but he is a killer.
Don't call me killer, man. My mom listens to this show.
Only in the octagon.
Oh, there you go. There you
That's
go.
what I meant.
Okay, I got you.
And then they want like Gallup from Dallas.
Yeah, it's
Not good.
Nah,
No,
we're not Team Gallup. No.
Because you're going to overpay big time for a guy like that, right? The numbers he's put up with that offense.
I'm not sold on Gallup.
That's
I'm
what I'm
really
saying.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be cautious of Gallup.
I think Godwin's proven. I think he gets lost in the sauce sometimes because you got Gronk, having some of the best seasons of his life, it seems like. And you have Mike Evans, obviously, and, Antonio Brown, who might play again. We'll see how that pans out. But, yeah, Godwin he plays on a team right now that there's so many go-to guys. I think he can be the singular go-to guy on a different team like the Jaguars. But you know how I feel about it, Brent. If I'm Shad Khan, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. We're in the man of repeating ourselves right now, like Casey did with this USC guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the Kismet, and I'm going to park it right in the Lac de Flambeau by Green Bay, and I'm going to say Devontae Adams, name your price.
But why? I don't.
Devontae Adams?
No, not that part.
How you going to get the Kismet in Green Bay? Yeah,
No,
that's going to be hard.
I wasn't even thinking about that part
That's
either.
going to be difficult.
Hey, Brett put the icebreakers out there first.
It's kind of landlocked.
What are those?
I mean, it's kind of landlocked. I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know.
We'll figure it
Can
out.
you go through where's Nova Scotia?
There's not a channel. What do you think's going to happen?
Go up through and then get to the
First of all,
Great Lakes and
yeah,
I don't
lake.
know.
which means like there's going to be some.
We're going to have to like elevate that thing for a little bit, put it on a train.
Better get the Action News chopper on that thing and like lift it up.
Give me a map of the United States. Yeah. How do we do this?
Let's go over some Great Lakes knowledge real quick.
I'm just saying, why would he come? Here.
Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
Because of the money.
Yeah.
Well, assuming that Green Bay wins the Super Bowl this year, then
right.
And then assuming that and then Rodgers leaves.
Okay.
No state income tax.
Let me ask you this for real. Well, yeah, that's going to get him here, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
Well, I do.
Brent, he makes a point.
I do think Trevor Lawrence will help a receiver cause more than anybody that's ever done it.
He ain't going to the Jets.
Yeah, if Jets do have money, right?
Yeah, but he ain't going to the Jets.
That's what I'm saying.
I hope. Yeah, I hope so because Zach Wilson.
But all right, so
you'd rather have, but Devontae Adams is the king, right?
Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's got more bustability from a big free agent contract, which they all do when you do this, especially at the receiver position? We've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. I mean, Devontae Adams playing with Aaron Rodgers, or a guy like Godwin playing with all the talent on Tampa and playing with Tom Brady.
Godwin was good before Tom Brady.
I get it.
He was.
So I'm just asking the question.
I think
who's going to, because I think the Jags would have to ask this question. Who's like going to elevate us at $20 million a year, right?
Well,
I mean, if we're being honest, it has to be Adams because we don't know what he is without Aaron Rodgers.
See, but it comes down to, though.
But he's way better than Godwin.
See, I think he's better than Godwin.
You know what I mean? Like, right, you would say he's way, like,
yes.
There's Devontae Adams and then there's Godwin.
But the price that would cost to get Adams would be astronomically more than it would to get Chris Godwin.
Right.
Like, you would have to break the bank and then some. Like, I think it would be an unheard of contract at the wide receiver position to get Devontae Adams. I think Chris Godwin, depending how this season plays out, could be a little more economical.
And I'm just saying, you've seen Godwin with Jameis Winston and all these other random quarterbacks the Bucs had to bridge that. So, I mean, you have more examples of than that one game Devontae Adams had Jordan Love, which didn't go well.
Yeah. How much do you think the Jags would shy away from a guy like Adams and go to Godwin more for the speed element?
Well, you got speed and you got youth as well. You know, he's 3 years younger than Devontae Adams is in Chris Godwin. I mean, yeah, it's all about speed, right? I mean, I've heard speed how many times this season already, so I'm sure you go Chris Godwin. Yeah. No, for real. I mean, I'm sure they would probably go that direction.
Well, and it's cheaper, though. Like, so you're filling a bucket of speed.
Yeah.
Still very good. And you're not going to break the bank, right? So he stays in Florida, all this stuff, and you go over the cross, you take a drive, and now you can get the Kismet to Tampa.
Yeah, you just got to go down and around.
I mean, that is feasible.
Yeah.
So we got a chance.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, you know, I think those are the things you weigh, right? I mean, we want to just go get everything, but I think the organization, let's be real, they're going to weigh those things. Okay, we're going to throw the bank like $23 million at a receiver, or can we get like Godwin, I don't know, 16, 17 million?
He had 18 touchdowns last year.
I know. He's really good.
But my thing is, how much money do you think they'd have to offer Devontae Adams?
All of it.
To get him
stock options too, probably franchise options. Yeah, he's probably a GM too. I don't know.
Then that's my point.
He's definitely a shareholder in Green Bay.
Oh yeah,
he probably spent $300 on one of those tickets.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We can make one of those up.
It's just fun to dream. You know, I mean, yeah, there's no way.
Because the way I see it, he would take less to go. Like, what if one of the California teams wanted him? He's from California. Like, I feel like he would take less to. How much?
Rams will probably trade for him.
How much do you have to overpay him to get him to come here over something like that?
It's so much. Like I said, I mean, it's going to be astronomical. It's going to set you back in the salary cap game, all that stuff. But I think in terms of wide receiver rankings, he's top 3. He is.
Agreed.
He's top 3. And
he's hands down
Lawrence,
top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down.
I mean, I think
not top 1.
you got to put Kupp in there, right? Because Kupp's playing so well when he's on the field.
Yeah, but Kupp, to me, like if you're going to throw the bank at somebody and they were all free agents,
then it's Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams
this is a flash in the pan for Kupp right now. Yeah.
So here's the other question I have. I'm seeing a lot of people say, hey, we need Godwin and Gallup, and we need this guy, and we need that guy. Do the Jags need just one receiver, or do they need a lot more? Because they still will have Marvin Jones under contract.
Yeah.
They still will have Laviska Shenault under contract.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only play so many. Let's be reasonable. I understand you want to revamp the whole position, but it's not, again, you have to be realistic when you talk this stuff. Like, this isn't fantasy football.
Going 5 wide, baby. Let's go.
And so Well, but my point would be, I don't think you spend on two guys. You spend on one top-flight wide receiver if you can, and then you can draft another in the second round potentially, or the third round, or whatever it is, and you bring that next guy along because Marvin Jones only going to be here another year.
Yeah.
Or you make a moderate deal to a potentially franchise tag deal for a guy like DJ Chark and run that back one more time and see if he earns a big deal.
No, for sure. I mean, I definitely agree. You can't bring two big names in here. I think you go with the biggest name that you can get in free agency, and then you draft, in the first couple of rounds, and then you go from there and you evaluate at the end of the season. Like that's the way to do it, I believe.
Do you want, how do you guys feel about DJ Chark? Like, do you want to still, are you afraid of what it looks like when he gets out of here and he's healthy and what he does on another team? And you're like, oh my gosh, we had this guy. Why didn't we just keep him?
Watch him go to the Bears. But I actually work for him now. We'll see with Justin Fields. Yeah, just because we've seen the good of DJ Chark, we've seen the Pro Bowl performance of DJ Chark, so we've seen the good. This year, even when he was playing, it wasn't necessarily the best. It wasn't the best last season. A lot of frustration there. I don't know. It depends if you can put him in an offense where he can still tap his potential. And I think as a one receiver, he's probably not going to be that guy. I think if you have Chris Godwin here and DJ Chark, yeah, you might have something special. But I think if the plan is just to re-sign him and make him the one again, that's not going to work.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is more like preventative damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we got to see more out of this guy before we give up on a guy that was a Pro Bowler and has the physical attributes that this player has.
Yeah.
That we've all been talking about. We just haven't seen blossom. And this year, unfortunately, is because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now you also got to be careful. What's the franchise tag at a wide receiver? It's like got to be $16 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to be careful to spend that kind of money on a guy that's going to be coming off injury. So it's really put you in a tough place.
Yeah.
But I'd actually be willing to roll the dice on kind of what they did with Cam Robinson. Not everybody was on board with Cam Robinson for $14, $15 million, whatever it was this year at franchise tag. I'll tell you what, that's been a pretty good move. I mean, Cam Robinson has played pretty good football. And by the way, you've got a guy, gave you time to draft a guy, but you still had this guy ready to go. And if they didn't draft Walker Little, they'd be probably really thinking about giving a big deal to Cam Robinson. I think they're going to not do that because they have Walker Little. But the same goes for a guy like Chark. So if Chark, you give him a franchise tag, and it seems like an enormous amount of money for a guy who hasn't done that much the last couple of years, well, you buy yourself some time to draft another receiver, potentially, or see how free agency works, see how Marvin Jones plays in his second year in Jacksonville, see how Laviska Shenault comes along. So at least you extend rather than all of a sudden just say, all right, see you later, DJ, and he goes and has 3 more Pro Bowl years with somebody else, and we're talking in Jacksonville. I can't believe that happened again.
Well, let me ask you this for another scenario. You still on that Will Fuller train, or were you on that one?
No, I'm off. I was only a rental, okay?
You off it?
That was it. Yeah.
Are we done with that? Can we put the Will Fuller? Can we put the Will Fuller thing to bed now for the rest of our lives?
I brought up Will Fuller for one show, and now you've got me tagged as Will Fuller's dad.
Thought he had something special with Will Fuller. He goes, hey, let's think outside the box here. Let's go ahead. Hey, let's think outside the box, guys.
Casey.
6th-round pick for Will Fuller. What are you
this
thinking?
is like watching AEW or
talking,
WWE for years. Like if you just
go
jumped
back to the audio.
If you just jumped in the last 6 months, you'd think I'm a Will Fuller guy.
Hey,
if you jump in the last 3 years, this guy's been the Will Fuller guy for 2.5 years.
You came in. I was never a Will Fuller guy.
You were too a Will Fuller guy.
You came in here.
Will Fuller.
You came in here.
Afraid of Will Fuller.
You came in here like you had a secret, like you're about to break some news or something. Like, guys, no one's talking about this right now. But hey, I have an idea. And like you thought it was like the greatest idea ever. Hey, 6th-round pick, Will Fuller right now. Who says no? And I said no. Why did I react to that? I thought you were kidding.
Can somebody?
And you were serious.
Somebody has not a lot to do.
Will
Go
Fuller.
find the audio of Austin from like 2
Will
years
Fuller
ago
and Curtis
saying
Samuel.
he's afraid of Will Fuller when we go to Houston.
Oh yeah, because at the time, I mean, he was playing pretty well, but I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah, I think that was
Curtis Samuel, Will Fuller.
Phrase.
2 things I never want to hear again on this show. Remember the whole Curtis Samuel? How's he doing?
Where's Curtis Samuel?
Is his groin okay?
Football team.
Football team. Is he doing anything?
He's been hurt.
Let's check the stats real quick.
Oh, okay.
Hey, listen, a lot of people wanted Curtis Samuel.
I didn't. 4 receptions. 4 receptions.
Look,
that's it. The end.
That's the end.
How many does Will Fuller have this year?
I don't know. He got paid $10 million.
There's a decent chance it's 0.
0? Isaiah Ford.
Hey, guys.
I would trade for Isaiah Ford.
Outside the box thinking, though. No one's talking about this guy.
I'd
What
trade
about Will Fuller right now.
I'd trade for just about anybody for those 6th-round picks that are guaranteed to
I
be
thought we were
made.
going to get canceled when you said that. Honestly, I thought like the corporate guys are listening. Like, okay, let's shut down ESPN 690. Talking about Will Fuller on a random Tuesday.
We'll be back. Action Sports
I hope
Jax
so.
on
I hope we're
ESPN 690 unless they shut us down in the next couple minutes.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
What's up, Jacksonville? I'm Casey Kurtz. The Florida State men's basketball team lost to Purdue 93-65 last night. FSU will next be in action on Saturday at 4. Coverage will start at 3:30 right here on ESPN 690. The JU women's basketball team picked up a 35-33 win over FIU last night on the road. The JU women are now 3-2 on the season. The UNF women put up a tough fight but lost 72-65 to Auburn yesterday night. The UNF women are now 5-3 on the season. The Jacksonville Icemen are back in action tonight, and they will welcome in the Orlando Solar Bears to the arena. The puck drops at 7. And sticking with hockey, a couple of finals from the NHL yesterday. The Blues beat the Lightning 4-3. The Red Wings beat the Bruins 2-1. And the Panthers beat the Capitals 5-4. This Sports Center update sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan for the people. What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jax, and I have more brand new local coverage to tell you about. Every Monday and Thursday after Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 from 3 to 6, we're giving you more of what you want, more Action Sports Jax. From 6 to 6:30, myself, Casey Kurtz, and Brian Middleton will bring you Action Sports Jax Overtime. There's a lot of topics in sports, and sometimes we can't hit them all from 3 to 6. We'll hit them all on OT. So join us 6 to 6:30 every Monday and Thursday night right here on ESPN 690.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you. So you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Men, when you're in the mood for love, but you have ED or PE and those little blue pills haven't worked, here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Rabinski. If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down, Prime Men's Medical Center offers custom-blended medications. Men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
Call 904-664-8217. We guarantee you'll see results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call 904-664-8217.
Got a business trip, long weekend, or maybe you just really want to try that new Toyota before you buy it? Then get it all when you rent a Toyota from Arlington Toyota. With easy online reservations and rental rates as low as $19.95 a day, there's nothing stopping you from hitting the open road in a new 2021 Toyota. So rent a Toyota from Arlington Toyota. Try it before you buy it and reserve your rental online at arlingtontoyota.com today.
You don't have to visit Buffalo to get fresh, delicious, mouth-watering wings made to order. Just go to the Extreme Wings nearest you. Extreme Wings is where the locals have been going for the freshest, never-frozen, world-famous hot wings since 1999. Dozens of flavors to choose from. Full liquor bar, happy hour specials, state-of-the-art TVs on every wall. After the game, after work, for lunch, for dinner. Make it extreme. Check out their award-winning Pit Road wings. Oh, they're so good. They are grilled to perfection with extremely secret seasoning. Looking for a family-friendly sports restaurant that can accommodate large parties? Well, look no further. You can take the entire team to Extreme Wings after the game, where all kids' meals are just $6.99. Come celebrate the grand opening of Extreme Wings' newest location. That's Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax. Extreme burgers, salads, wraps, and of course, world-famous Extreme Wings. Do what the locals do and make it extreme. Extreme Wings' newest location on Roosevelt Boulevard near NAS Jax, or visit a location near you.
Looking for a great career that can take you places? The Jacksonville Transportation Authority offers miles of opportunity, and the JTA is now hiring bus operators. We offer competitive pay and benefits with a starting wage of $16.43 per hour. We're offering hiring bonuses from $10,000 to $15,000. CDL training is available, and JTA will pay for relocation to Florida. And the Sunshine State has no income tax, so your paycheck goes further. Stop looking for a job. Get yourself a new career with the JTA.
You love Zoom for video meetings?
Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communications too. Zoom Phone works seamlessly within the Zoom app as your business phone system. Zoom Phone's secure HD audio and enterprise-grade reliability keep you connected to your teams and your customers. And it's easy to use on mobile, desktop, or desk phone. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
Before the long road trip. Before the big game. Before the morning workout. Start with 5-Hour Energy. It fixes tired fast and helps you feel alert, energized, and ready to tackle whatever's on your agenda. Even
Hey babe, the sink is clogged.
the weekend honey-do list. 5-Hour Energy. It's the one when you gotta get stuff done. Pick up some today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
For the ones who are always in the know.
Delivery confirmed.
For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, experienced staff at local branches, and free access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Austin Lane from Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Smart speakers are becoming part of everyday life, so why not use it to listen to the radio? Tell Alexa, Google Home, or any other speaker to play ESPN 690. Give it a shot weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
I can't see, as great as Kyler Murray's been when he's on the field and healthy, I can't see that he can match Aaron Rodgers' play quarter for quarter. I just don't see it.
With the chips on the line.
I don't see it.
Why not?
I just don't see it.
Yes, because he hasn't done it yet.
Their defense at Joe Barry's playing better. Aaron Rodgers has got some weapons to play with. We see they lose Aaron Jones and they find Dillon. So they got the running game, which is more of a power running game.
They went to Arizona when they had Kyler Murray and they didn't have Devontae Adams and still won on a short week.
They didn't have Devontae Adams or Lazar or Valdez-Scantling.
Those guys in the morning here on ESPN 690, 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. Jay Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, part of the ESPN lineup. So are we. 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. What do we got coming up tonight? Anything? We just got normal programming.
We got Marcel Robinson trying to get a chair up in the studio right now. Pick it up, man.
Come on, let's go. Flex.
He's trying to wheel it through, and it's just not want to watch the trophy.
The segment's like 5 minutes long.
There you go.
It goes sideways. I know you can't hear me, but I didn't obviously pick it up to get out. So if you just go sideways. Yeah.
Now we're talking. There he is.
Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, and now Marcel Robinson joins that.
By the way, I found the Will Fuller audio. We'll play that later.
You already found that?
Yeah.
Wow. I was looking for the audio on you. Falling in love with Will Fuller.
There is no audio of me falling in love with Will Fuller. There is audio of me saying in fantasy, if he plays and he's not hurt, he scares me. Was never in love with Phil.
You just talk a lot about Will Fuller, though.
Yeah, because when he's out there, he's good. When he's hurt, though, the injury bug.
Hey, Casey.
What's up?
Do you have the list of free agents? His wife, buyer beware on free agents.
Okay.
And big money contracts on receiver.
Yes.
Like I didn't bring this up in the last segment, but Michael Thomas is a guy, has could you trade for a guy like that? Well, he's $20 million or something. Do they even want him in New Orleans anymore? He hasn't played since he signed the contract.
Yeah. How confident are you? I get he's an Urban Meyer guy, right?
He's an Ohio State
guy. Urban Meyer didn't coach him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there's a relationship there. Why not? Why not? I mean, it could be an issue in terms of.
But he hadn't played. My point being buyer beware on that, right? I mean, isn't that why you got to be very careful to give so much money to these guys? We got Galladay, got $40 million.
You think Thomas commands a lot of money? I mean,
no, he's under contract. So if you'd have to trade for him.
Oh, see, I kind of foresaw I don't think New Orleans is going to pay him going. I think he's cut from New Orleans. And I think you get like an Odell Beckham Jr. kind of situation.
Well, what's interesting there, it just depends how much. I don't know exactly what's on the deal, but it's a relatively new deal. There's got to be dead money and guaranteed money still to come over the next couple of years, I would think.
For sure. I just think, though, like, do you think Peyton wants him? I just think there's a rift.
I don't. So,
and I don't know if they can salvage that relationship.
I think he's just an example of be careful to pay a wide receiver because look what's happened.
Yeah.
Galladay, we talked about, was one of the big signings this offseason with the Giants.
Yeah.
Golden Tate was a signing. Now, it wasn't a huge signing, but it was a pretty big signing.
Golden Tate was 4 years, 37.5.
Where was he? Where was he? In New York, too?
To the Giants, yes.
Giants. Well, yeah, but you have Daniel Jones on the football, so what does that really mean?
And you said...
and Galladay wanted to fight Daniel Jones on the sideline.
Give us some other ones, Casey. What do you got?
So Corey Davis, 3 years, $37 million. Curtis Samuel, 3 years, $34 million. That was this year. Tyrell Williams got 4 years, $44 million. Adam Humphries got 4 years, $36 million.
How's he been?
I mean, he's there. He's out there on the field for the football team. Randall Cobb got 3 years, $27 million.
Crushing it in Green Bay.
Emmanuel Sanders got 2 years, $24 for a team that he no longer plays for. Robbie Anderson, 2 years, $20 million. So those are the big ones of late. Also, Michael Thomas, by the way, there's an out after this year.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's be honest. In hearing all that stuff, let's be honest that I don't really call that huge money in today's day and age. Like, a 2-year, $20 million deal, that's kind of the cost of doing business. No. Even 4 years, $37 million, it's not great. But as we know, most of these deals, after like 2 years, you can get out of them. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking Michael Thomas, that hasn't really worked out. Mm-hmm. So do you have to be careful of a Devontae Adams, a Chris Godwin, and those kind of players? I think it's fair to wonder. But it's also how you get better if you hit on those guys. Mm-hmm. And there's not many of them out there. Like, there are not many top flight receivers out there.
Well, usually if they are, they get re-signed.
Usually do.
Yeah, so.
But the money's so crazy now that it's preventing teams from even re-signing them.
Yeah, I hear you.
And again, New Orleans is going to be an example for a team like Green Bay where it's like, I don't know, that's not a good idea. We got to reset. Or will Green Bay be like, no, we got to pay money because even if we don't have Aaron Rodgers, we have Jordan Love.
So since we have a team that's obsessed with speed, real quick, Michael Gallup ran a 4.5. Chris Godwin ran. What do you think Chris Godwin ran? This guy's like a track star, wasn't he?
4.35.
You think so?
I'm going to go 4.4.
Marcel's going 4.4. Casey?
4.32.
4.44.
Oh, dang, I lost.
It's so funny.
I'm sorry, 4.44 and a 4.42. Woo!
It's funny how we equate fast. Like, you know how many guys run 4.44 now in the NFL?
Yeah.
A lot.
Still impressive.
Track speed, yeah.
Yeah. Still impressive, though.
It is impressive, but it's like...
I know. We're so
talking
accustomed
about
to
like
it.
0.01 difference, and they're like, oh, that guy's fast and that guy... Like, Laviska Shenault runs a 4.58.
Sure.
And it seems like, holy cow, is he slow?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I mean, that's weird.
No, that's definitely the case. Yeah. But also, there's linebackers that run 4.58.
That helmet fits you well. Maybe you just sign up on the Jags practice squad, Marcel.
2 things. One, it does not fit well. And 2,
it looks good.
As I've told many people in the past 4 or 5 days, my hitting days are over.
Flag, man. Flag football all day.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't like waking up on Mondays hurt anymore. I'm over it. And also, this prevents me from drinking my tea, so I didn't really think this through.
You going green tea? Sorry, Brent.
Black tea.
Ah.
I know we're going to get out of here, but should we go to the Lakers-Clippers game if LeBron James isn't playing Friday night?
I was going to bring that up.
No.
Are you guys going to an NBA game?
Maybe not if LeBron's not in.
I was going to surprise
This is the first time we talked NBA in the past 2 months.
I mean,
LeBron's out with COVID.
About you guys.
If you haven't heard.
Out?
Yeah.
We have to think about this over the break. We'll answer that if we should go or not.
Thanks for the invite, by the way, guys. Appreciate that.
You bet.
Thanks
We'll be back. Football at 5 as well on ESPN 690. And what about Georgia Bulldogs against Alabama? We'll be back.
Alexa, how do I drive more customers into my business?
First, people will need to hear about you. Then you need to be online where they look for you. Then you need to be involved in the community. Then you need to...
Whoa. I don't have time for that. I need to run my business.
Okay, searching for a local team that can help.
CMG Local Solutions, your local marketing team putting you at the top of mind. Visit cmglocalsolutions.com today and let us take your business to the next level. That's cmglocalsolutions.com or call 904-245-8878.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-333-1750. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-333-1750. That's 800-333-1750 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
On the court, every shot counts. And every shot counts when it comes to COVID-19. I did my part and got the vaccine when it became available. The state of Florida made it easy for seniors like me. And now it's easy for all eligible Floridians to get a shot. In the fight against COVID-19, every shot counts. Schedule yours today.
This message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Hey, Bruiser, you ready to do the old holiday shopping routine?
Yeah, I got all the houses picked out.
Alrighty.
Hey, you know, I almost feel sorry for these folks.
Oh, don't go soft on me now. That's why they pay insurance.
Okay, so you promise those kids will just lose their bikes for a little while?
Yeah, I promise. Whatever.
All right, then let's sing our favorite holiday song.
Yeah, we're making our list, checking it twice.
Looking for houses with things that are nice. Bruiser and Browser are coming to town. We're filling our truck, we won't leave much.
Avoiding those houses at God's safe touch.
Bruiser and Browser are coming to town.
Crime does increase during the holidays. Hi, I'm Lester Jax, owner of Safe Touch Security Systems. Our new Safe Touch two-way communicator saves lives and prevents property loss every day. Our average response time is an incredible 14 seconds. Nobody can match our servers or our price. You have my guarantee on it.
Call SafeTouch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. In all honesty, it's a very hard thing to do. The good news is, Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco Free Florida's phone quit service at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW, you'll connect to a quit coach who will help you assess your addiction. You may also qualify for free nicotine patches or gum. So call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. No judgments, just help.
Hey, it's Brent Martineau. Check out Action Sports Jax weekdays from 3 until 6 on ESPN 690.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. This was a big day in Baton Rouge where Brian Kelly was officially introduced as the new head football coach at LSU, talked about his reasons for taking the Tigers job, an alignment of excellence in academics and athletics, as well as the standard of championship expectations at LSU. Meanwhile, Notre Dame looking for Kelly's successor, one candidate who will receive serious consideration. Irish defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman explains the Athletics' Pete Sampson.
Awesome recruiter, great communicator. Amazing coach. I mean, you saw what Notre Dame did down the stretch. He figured it out without their best player, Kyle Hamilton. He checks every box. I think it is it's a risky hire, but the reward, I think, could be like a jackpot for Notre Dame.
Pete Sampson on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. NFL, according to ESPN's Ed Werder, Cowboys receiver Amari Cooper expected to return from COVID-19 and play tomorrow against the Saints. Cooper out the last 2 games, officially listed as questionable. NBA, Bulls and Heat each will lose their next available second-round pick for tampering violations related to the signings of free agents Lonzo Ball and Kyle Lowry in the offseason.
Getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is one of the easiest decisions in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Well, I think that it's a two-edged sword. Once you become, we were actually really good at it. I think we averaged 7 yards per carry on the play. And it's not just when he pulls it, it's the handoffs too. So I want to say we ran it probably 10, 12 times in the game. Teams are going to take it away, so you have to have complementary football to it, whatever that may be, whether it be naked, whether it be passes, whether it be, something out the front end of the offense. So those are all things that come with that.
Just figure it out, Urban!
I like it.
Have we settled into the fact that now we know Urban's going to be here for a few years?
No.
I don't know if I'm completely settled in, but I'm leaning that way. I mean, I definitely don't think this. I'm sure he'll be here next year.
I'm settled in.
You're settled in? He's going to be here for the long haul?
Yeah. I don't sound happy about it, but I'm settled in.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know.
If he was leaving, he would have left for Notre Dame.
Oh, no, trust me. He's staying this year. I think he's seeing this thing through. Next year, I think he'll commit, but then what happens if it goes bad again next year?
Yeah, I'm in that camp too.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's hard to predict. Gosh, if it goes bad again, I might quit.
Well, I mean, okay, and I might quit.
Awesome.
That's a drop.
It's the Casey and Austin show.
Just to let you know.
I think it'd be pretty good.
They're not even inviting you, Marcel, it sounds like.
Whatever.
But, and I don't want to be like Mr. Clouds and Rain, I guess you'd call it.
Sure.
Do you think it's going to go good next year? No, I'm not even joking. What indications have you seen this year where it's going to go a lot better next year?
Well, I was talking to you. I think I didn't say this on air. Maybe I did. I forget sometimes. We continue our conversations off air. But,
yeah,
you mentioned a lot. You say, hey, first year to second year is where players take a big bump.
Players.
And, I seriously wonder. I did not think, by the way, the adjustment to the NFL would take a while this long for Urban Meyer or be this much of a hurdle or we'd hear about it so much. Like, I was like, come on, guys, it's football. But everybody tells you it's different. It's different. That's why there are so many people speculating and suggesting that this was not going to be a good move because it hasn't worked out. Maybe that's why it hasn't worked out. It must be a lot more difficult than even I thought it was to adjust to the NFL. I think Urban has had a growing year, like in a not good way in a lot of things. But so I'm not saying I'm bullish on that happening, but I wonder now if, much like Trevor Lawrence will hopefully take a step in year two, I actually wonder if like Urban Meyer will take a step in year two. Because what happens a lot of times, like when Shad Khan bought the Jags 10 years ago, when people buy our company, you know what happens a lot is they take the first year and they kind of sit back and evaluate. They sit back and watch how things work and sit back. Now, you don't want your football coach doing that because you want to go win games. And he set the table by saying, hey, we think we can win games. And the quarterback excitement said, hey, we're going to win more than one game and 2 games. And they haven't delivered on that. It's been very disappointing. But I do wonder if, because he's had so much success in other places, that if he still is kind of evaluating and can make the proper changes to the way not only he does things, but his staff, how they have to institute things inside the building. And if he's really good at being a CEO, again, which he has been at the college level, I know that doesn't translate automatically, but he has been. That's the book on him. Well, then maybe he does grow in year two. And I also think this defense is going to be pretty good in year two. Joe Cullen's given me some faith now to say, hey, I think if they had a couple more players, like this defense might be pretty decent under Joe Cullen, the scheme and everything else. So and Trevor has got to take a step, I would think. I just have a lot of faith still that Trevor's a good player. So, yeah, I think there are things to hang on to and buy into, and a little bit of it's blind faith because this organization's been so pitiful. But I would say my God, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I feel like I might quit if they have 2 wins at this time next year.
You recording this?
Everything's recorded.
All right, great. I get what you're saying.
Actually,
in terms,
if you throw me through the table this time next year, I'd hope you throw me
I'm
head
sure.
first.
I thought we're past the point. I thought that was all talk.
We're not done with that.
Are you? I mean, this is your thing.
Yeah, we got
this is your funeral. So you just let me know when you're ready to go.
You just got off the fight. I didn't want to hurt you when I kicked you in the face.
I assure you that my arm is ready to just pick you up and just nicely drop you down.
Yeah. I'm going through a coaching clinic right now at Daly's place with AEW.
Okay, good. Is everything going good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, tell Tony I say what's up. It's been a while. Okay, so I get what you're saying here. If it's a repeat performance, you're going to freak out, and Mr. Sunshine and Rainbows is gone. Yes, you have to put some in blind faith because that's what football is. But I'm also a black and white person. I'm also a guy that deals with facts more than faith. And when we talk about facts, okay, let's assume that maybe Urban Meyer can turn a corner and make year 2 better. Maybe he learns a lot. That's fair. I hope Trevor Lawrence gets better. I think that could be a fact as well. From the offensive side of things, how confident are with you in terms of what they have right now at the skill spots? With James Robinson, you're pretty confident, but the offensive line as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be very careful going into this next year because I was pretty high on the offense to begin with, and I've been flat out wrong. Yeah. Like, I can't believe they're producing at this level. I mean, even with guys hurt, I'm shocked they're producing at this this pitiful level.
This is easier for the exercise. Let's say that you're calling into like a national station, right? Maybe kind of like a Paul Feinbaum show. Kind of like, you remember when I was on, right? You're big leagues. Like you're talking about the upper echelon.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, these some real heavy hitters. You're some real heavy hitters here. Okay, so you're talking to some heavy hitters like Paul Feinbaum, and Paul Feinbaum asks you, Brent, why should I believe in the Jacksonville Jaguars next year? And you have to give him, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 reasons why you got to believe in him. What are those reasons that you're going to give him?
I probably would say Trevor still. I'm still on the Trevor train.
Okay.
I would also say the defense.
Okay.
I think the defense is going to keep – the defense is starting to prove that they're going to keep them in games and evolve. And I think they'll also make some more moves. So that'd be the other thing. I think they have money to play with and more draft picks to play with to get better as a roster. Okay. I'd probably stop there, though, because I don't know if I would tell the national show, especially a guy like Paul Feinbaum.
Especially because you're nervous now, too, so you're shaking a little bit.
I would be shaking, be sweating.
Man.
But I probably wouldn't try to sell them on year 2 has to be better under Urban Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's a little more blind faith.
Mm-hmm. And Paul would not like that.
No, and I don't think he likes Urban Meyer anyway.
Not at all.
So, I mean, I'd probably stop there, man. I can't. I was way higher on this. I wasn't high on the defense. Yeah. I was way higher on this offense, being not like unbelievable, but being functionally pretty good, like the strength of the team.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Because we thought that Trevor, we're on the same page here. I think we all thought Trevor was going to upgrade this offense, going to make his receivers better, make his offensive line better, all that stuff, and we haven't really had a lot of that.
The crazy part is, Marcel, I mean, you see it, James Robinson has run the ball well.
Yeah.
Now, he's been hurt a little bit, but that's like 4 games. We're at game 11, and they still haven't had more than 23 points in a game.
Yeah.
So, they have actually – I would say this. I don't think Trevor's played awful football. So, it'd be one thing if they were losing because he's playing terrible. Like we bring up Peyton Manning, right? Is he throwing 28 picks? Well, he threw picks in the early part.
But he threw touchdowns, too.
And he did.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been turning it over like Blake Bortles level turnover or even Daniel Jones level turnover, that it's like he's not giving you a chance. Your running game is halfway decent. Your offensive line grades out to be actually pretty darn average, if not above average in the NFL. And they still can't score points. I don't get it. I really don't get why they can't be a reasonable offense. Not good, not great, just a reasonably functioning offense instead of the worst offense in the NFL.
I think what you just said, the 2 key pieces. One, obviously James Robinson being hurt, but still being effectively running the ball, even playing through injury. I mean, it's no secret that the offense moves better when he's in the game. And then you have like we've noticed before, these lulls when he's just not in the game and offense isn't moving. I think the other piece is that is Trevor Lawrence too. Obviously, it's clear, it's very obvious that he has no faith in any of his pass catchers. I mean, they're running wrong routes, dropping passes. I mean, we're on field level, and you can just see his demeanor and his body language just changes week after week after week. After whatever mistake his receivers or they may make. And I think a lot of the picks that came earlier in this year was because, one, he had fully more faith in himself and trust in his receivers. Now you can definitely tell there's a half a tick hesitation before he throws the ball, and all of that comes from if I can give him this, I can make this throw, but is he going to make the catch? I mean, there's plenty of times when he's made a play when he's maybe had Marvin Jones or LaVisca running wide open, but it's I don't know if he'll catch his ball, but I know if I dump it right here, we will get 5.
Yeah. Yeah, and Marcel, by the way, sees it at that level. I mean, when you're shooting the games, I mean, you see it a little bit differently, and you can almost feel that. And I sense that too. But again, I would probably stop at like 3 things, man, if I was on Paul Feinbaum's show and lucky enough to be invited.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's all right.
It's an exclusive list.
It's not for everybody.
Exclusive list.
And the best part is I was never even on the show. They used my sound bite. Like,
that means you're on.
I wouldn't tell anybody that.
Name, image, likeness.
I think that's more exclusive.
Because
he takes calls.
Stole from me.
You know what I mean? You can call and get on.
That's a good point. Guy stole from me.
We were just asked, where's the belt?
It's at home. Yeah, I can bring it in.
I mean, when are you going to bring the damn belt in?
I mean, you've seen belts before, though, right?
I know, but you said this one's a little heavier.
This
not a real one, though.
This thing is heavy. And it might be gator skin. I still haven't figured that one out
you said
yet.
that.
It smells good.
Does it?
Smells like it's some.
Could you sell it?
What?
I mean, I wouldn't sell it, but yeah.
I don't know. That hesitation looked like you might sell it.
I mean,
might make some boots out of that belt.
Make some boots. Call up Zach Miller. I told the story before. We should ask him about that. How his cowboy boot game is now. Dang it. We have him back on the show.
I mean, Jags are going to Nashville in a couple weeks.
There is no, I mean, we had a habit, and this was more in Chicago than when it was in Jacksonville. Maybe got a new paycheck, obviously, in Chicago. But we had a weekly game where Zach Miller would wear a pair of cowboy boots, and I had to guess what that animal was because it was all over the place. We're talking like gator, snakeskin, maybe emu was in there one time. Like it was all over the place in terms of the type of cowboy boots that Zach Miller was wearing.
By the way, a good tease to we had Zach Miller on yesterday, and you can go watch the entire interview on our podcast. Subscribe, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. You listen to it there. You can watch it on YouTube. You
can.
And on Facebook and Twitter as well. But it's on there on YouTube now, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. I said this, I tweeted this. It was one of my favorite interviews. I don't know if it's because we were chasing them for a while, but it was fun to have all you guys on.
You were chasing them. We weren't doing anything.
Yeah, true. I was doing everything.
Yeah,
what else is new? You might not want me to quit.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I think we do just fine without him.
I might be getting paid, so it's all good. Yeah.
Hey,
throw some money at me and see what I do.
If LeBron James is not playing on Friday night, should we go to the Clippers-Lakers game? We are going out to L.A. early. Marcel didn't even know this unless somebody told him.
Hey, I didn't know until last night, so it's all good.
There was an email.
We told him a long time.
There was an email.
There was an email?
Oh, there was an email.
And was I carbon copied in that email?
No, sir. You were in the 2 category. Who is this going to? This is going to Austin Lane.
That's a primary recipient, by the way.
Come on.
It's going to me.
That's a primary recipient, not a secondary.
There was somebody else.
I like that for nickname.
Thank you very much, Casey.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Don't act like I'm looking.
It's also on my whiteboard.
Okay.
I mean, if it's on whiteboard.
Every day come in here on the whiteboard.
Okay.
But anyway, you'll be fine. We'll be good.
I know that. I wasn't worried about that.
So anyway, we're going to L.A.
Yes.
For the Jags game. But we're going out on Friday. And so we were going to land there like Friday night anyway. But then we saw Lakers and Clippers. So I was like, hey, let's go to the Lakers-Clippers game. I didn't tell Marcel yet, but I told Casey.
Yeah, I knew.
And but now I'm not sure we should go to the Lakers-Clippers game because LeBron's going to be out.
Anthony Davis still playing, right? Kawhi?
Yeah.
Isn't Kawhi out too, or no?
Oh, no. Is he?
That would be like a Marcel. I forgot.
But
Marcel
you know
can't
who
hear
is
me.
playing? Russell Westbrook.
See? And by the way, I was thinking more about this. I was like, I saw LeBron play down in Orlando. I took Ty to see him play a few years back when he was with Cleveland. And so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to the Lakers game to watch LeBron anyway. I'm kind of we're going to the Lakers game because it's Clippers-Lakers and it's
Staples Center.
Well, now it's crypto, whatever.
Renamed.
Crypto.com Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it really?
I don't accept that. It's Staples Center.
No, Staples Center.
So I think we go anyway. And what I'm hoping is the ticket price goes down.
I mean, you think they will.
I mean, how much will the ticket price go down? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like
you ain't flexing those ESPN credentials courtside.
No.
I can't even get Jags credentials, dude.
I was taking the guys here.
Okay.
I mean, but it was like $1.50 a pop with.
Well, now see, I looked up. So Anaheim is 45 minutes away without traffic.
No, we ain't doing that. Is there such a thing without traffic?
Okay. Well, right now it says on like the live traffic report, 43 minutes from Anaheim to LA. It's what, 1 o'clock there?
Are they still the Mighty Ducks?
2.
2 o'clock there. I think they're still the Mighty Ducks. Yeah.
They're playing Calgary that night, by the way. So if we don't go to that, I'm going to that.
No, Calgary, that does a lot for me.
They're a good team, man. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
By the way, tickets for that one, $12.50 a pop.
Seriously?
Are you serious? That's it?
Yeah, upper deck. I mean,
Oh.
Well, the
How much are
Rams.
those glass ones talking about?
That I don't know. I don't click that far in, dude. Come on. 1250.
I did look at the floor seating for the Lakers games, like $10,000 a ticket.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's unbelievable.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And
10 G's, huh?
Yeah, in a basketball arena too, it's like you either have really good seats.
Yeah.
You really can't have bad seats. They're like 17, 18,000 arenas.
Yeah.
Or you have like the second level seat, but you get a little closer. But I think it's either you have any seat or you have a really, really good seat.
I mean, if you're a truly hustler, like I think you are, I would go on our advertising budget, which is I'm sure is just astronomical, and I would take the advertising buzzing, and I would get those courtside tickets and rock your ESPN 690 polo.
Yes, polo.
I
better paint my
You'd be
face.
sitting next to like a Kendall Jenner or Kardashian or something, and here's Brett Martineau, here's Big Money Martineau rocking ESPN 690
That'd be
polo.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Got the hat, got the shirt, polo jacket.
Is this prime time game here? Might be a prime time game. Clippers, Lakers?
I don't know what they're doing Friday night. It's 7 o'clock out there, of course, so that would make it 10 o'clock Eastern.
Might be a prime time game.
Might be.
Friday night ESPN.
Might be an ESPN
Brent,
game.
you have to go courtside. Come on.
Courtside,
You got
yes,
it. You got this.
Mike Breen might be there.
You got this. Don't be selfish.
I'm more excited about Mike Breen than LeBron James.
Yeah, there we go.
Do I know who Mike Breen is? Oh, bang.
Do you know who Mike Breen
Sorry,
is?
man. Sorry. I'm thinking of a player. I'm like, well, who's Mike?
He's a legend.
So I guess, are we still in?
Courtside, guys.
I'll tell you, it's so funny. Like, Ty is going to be out there too, and Kaylee's the one that realized she saw the ESPN alert come across her phone.
Yeah,
she's like, LeBron's not playing. I was like, oh no, that's just tonight. Like last night when it came across.
Yeah,
and then I read deeper, and it said he's probably going to miss like a few games.
It's because of COVID. Is the
safety protocols?
Yeah, safety protocols. Son
Hey,
of a gun!
By the way, your Mighty Ducks comment is not going well with the listeners. I just got a call and asked what was Brent thinking. And then Submarine Mike wanted to know if you've already tapped into the $2 beer and wine at the Iceman tonight.
Oh, I haven't, but the Icemen are home at 7 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Send them my way.
Dang, Brent.
He said you're on
The Icemen have been playing well, by the way. 5 out of 6.
Nice.
Had a 5-game win streak up until they lost, but they still threw a lot of teddy bears out on the ice, which is even better than the win. It's really one of the cool scenes.
teddy bear toss is the best.
It is actually my favorite part of the entire season.
It's really cool.
It's a good time.
So anyway, we're going? We're still going, guys?
I'm still in.
My opinion matters the least, so if everybody's going, I'm going.
Yeah,
Marcel, you're going to LA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anybody not going to LA besides me?
Stuart.
Well, yeah, but he does his own thing.
Wow.
He does his own thing. By the way,
you want to go to LA?
You still can. I mean, it's not like you can't.
I guess you don't care, do you?
I mean, you can.
No, I'm fine. I'm all
I thought
set.
we were saving the LA trip maybe for the Super Bowl.
Is that an invite to the Super Bowl?
Not yet. I'm still working on that.
Because if I could do the morning show from there too, that'd be great.
Yeah, you probably can't go out because of the morning show.
We could bring the morning show to the Super Bowl if you want to spot me.
Well, now maybe we got a budget.
Sure, yeah. maybe
we got a budget.
Maybe we can go half season Radio Row. Can you imagine Radio Row at 6 a.m. in the morning? 4 o'clock in the morning there, or 3 o'clock in the morning?
It would be 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, goodness.
You might not want to do that.
I might want to do that. Imagine the Super Bowl parties coming from the parties to the show right
that's
away.
Good radio.
That's not bad now.
95.1 Super Bowl week.
Man.
Listen to Austin Lane.
Hey, by the
Hammered.
way.
Breaking news.
What do you got?
Not the primetime game.
No, it is a primetime game. I looked it up. It's Friday, right?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, Friday, 10 o'clock, ESPN.
Had a baby.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
ESPN tattoos all over my body.
Courtside, guys. Let's go.
I'll run on the court.
When's the next time you're going to be in the Staples, whatever they call it now? The Staples
Crypto.com.
Center.
I mean, I'm quitting next year when the
that.
Jags have 2 wins in December anyway. So
For sure.
I just get an early jump.
There you go.
All right, so we need 2 things to happen in LA. We need Tyson Campbell to choke slam Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
And we need Brett. You didn't hear about that. And then we need Brett Martin to run the court during the game.
Clothes on or
Please.
Preferably.
The whole Tyson Campbell thing, real quick, Marcel. So Tyson Campbell is making a name for himself a little bit after one game.
Go Dogs.
So what did Jalen Ramsey do? Got in a fight with A.J. Green. All of a sudden, notoriety on a team that wasn't that good. I say you choke slam Odell Beckham Jr.
Did Jalen get in a fight with A.J. Green, or did A.J. Green just take Jalen Ramsey to the ground?
Hey, nevertheless, we were talking about it, weren't we?
I don't consider that a fight.
I don't need Tyson Campbell to get a 10-8 round on Odell Beckham Jr. I just need him to throw a punch and choke slam him.
Do you know a small little secret here? Like, there's a new locker room for the visiting team at Jags headquarters, like in the last couple of years.
Okay.
And basically that evolved from that A.J. Green and Ramsey fight.
I had no idea.
I didn't know
because
that.
they wanted to keep fighting, and the locker rooms weren't that far from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it spilled out a little bit into the hallway, and so they said, we can't have this stuff happen.
Yeah.
And so now you got to take like quite a walk to find the 2 different locker rooms.
And that
I don't
door's
know
locked.
if that was the only inspiration, behind it, but it was part of the catalyst.
That game was awesome.
To get that.
There is a very heavily locked door between the locker rooms now that you think about it.
Yeah.
Real talk, who would you took in that fight? AJ Green or Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen.
You think so?
AJ Green was like how many years older?
Yeah, but quiet.
See, I don't.
He's quiet. You don't mess with the quiet guys.
Oh, Jalen.
You don't mess with the quiet guys.
I'm gonna take Jalen, but not confidently. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say this.
You don't mess with the
in
quiet guys.
Brentwood, Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many fights did
That's
Jalen
what I'm
get?
saying. That's what I'm. Because I mean, the people that I know,
I didn't get many fights in Iowa, Wisconsin.
I know in folks in Georgia, if
I
somebody
got a
come
couple,
behind you and put you in a headlock, you ain't gonna be in a headlock very long.
Where's no, not Julio. Julio's from Daphne, Alabama.
Julio,
how about that pull right there? Where's AJ Green from?
Somerville, South Carolina.
What do we know about that?
I don't know.
Population 51,000.
He definitely got in a fight.
What's the crime rate?
Mayor is Ricky Waring.
That's the crime rate. That's an amazing question.
Is that a fair question?
I don't know. Oh, it is the 59th safest city in South Carolina out of 143.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
It's like bottom half.
No.
All right, let's measure Brentwood. Is that where he's from? Brentwood, Tennessee?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's why I knew we always had this connection.
He's from a suburb town outside of Nashville.
Brentwood, Tennessee. So population's it looks like the tail of the tape right now.
Thank you.
Population's comparable, 45,373. Doesn't say who the mayor is. Might be some trouble going on there. I don't know.
So it's half the size of Somerville, South Carolina, or whatever.
Let me type in the crime rate real quick.
I just think Ramsey's a specimen now.
He is.
Like people forget. Like Ramsey's his
He's a big
torso
dude.
and shoulders go boom.
And he's got reach too.
This helps. So Brentwood is safer than 65% of the cities and towns in the U.S. of all population size.
65 is nothing to write home about.
That's nothing to write home about.
My money's on Ramsey.
Okay.
By the way,
I would say Jalen.
Yeah.
That game, the UNF student section after that happened was chanting a certain F word and then AJ Green for like 25 minutes. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Hospitality.
That was a wild time, man. That was a wild time.
I'm sure it was fun to cover.
It was.
Yeah.
It's fun to chant.
Do you mind if we take your belt through like LAX?
I'll wear it.
We can wear it.
Just to get the perks.
I mean, I think it would fit me though. I could put my shades on, get my nice jacket, just. No, sorry, no pictures.
Just don't lose it.
Don't lose.
Just don't lose it. Like, don't give it to a Kardashian. Marcel talking to you.
You
more
flew
than
home
anybody.
from Houston with the belt, and you didn't have it on. You should have had it on.
No, because that's not my style. Though. I don't like to. I don't really draw attention. And plus, I had a black eye and everything. I don't want any more attention to myself.
All the more reason to wear the belt.
That's a good point.
Because then it made sense.
Did that because then it makes sense. I should have wore a t-shirt. I got in a fight. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm an MMA fighter.
Yeah,
it's
because
okay.
other's everybody was not already staring at you, but now because the eye, they're like, damn,
people
he
were
lost last
clutching
night.
their kids. People were like, is he really gonna get through security? And I did. Yeah,
you did.
I did.
We'll be back. There's a lot of profiling going on here. We'll be back. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 when we come back. Football at 5.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Mostly clear skies this evening, 50s and 40s after sunset. Overnight, we drop down to the mid to upper 40s. Mostly sunny Thursday, highs in the lower to mid 70s. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands right now with Beard's unbeatable deals.
Now is the time to get an estimate on replacement windows. American Window Products of Jacksonville is a high-volume dealer offering a huge selection of products to keep your costs low. New windows from American Window Products can lower your energy costs and increase your curb appeal and security, all without breaking the bank. Call American Window Products for a free estimate at 904-667-0873 or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Sick of big banks drawing money out of Jacksonville? Want your money to stay here and help local folks? At 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, all of our capital is invested back into Northeast Florida. This includes our all-new hometown credit card. You get all the rewards and perks of a big bank, and every swipe invests back in Jax. Get 2 points for every dollar, up to 50,000 bonus points, 24/7 fraud protection, pay with points, and tons more. Support your community with a hometown credit card from 1-to-1 Financial. Apply at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA, a proud Visa partner.
Looking for a great career that can take you places? The Jacksonville Transportation Authority offers miles of opportunity, and the JTA is now hiring bus operators. We offer competitive pay and benefits with a starting wage of $16.43 per hour. We're offering hiring bonuses from $10,000 to $15,000. CDL training is available, and JTA will pay for relocation to Florida. And the Sunshine State has no income tax, so your paycheck goes further. Stop looking for a job. Get yourself a new career with the JTA.
Are you looking for a venue to celebrate your special occasion that guests can't stop talking about? Call Riverside North Special Events and Banquet Hall. We specialize in anniversaries, weddings, birthday parties, corporate meetings, family reunions, fundraisers, graduations, and funerals. This unique, all-inclusive, full-service venue is the way to go. Call us today at 354-4162 and let us book your next event. All proceeds from bookings benefit the Clara White Mission.
The sale's so big, Santa wants to get on the savings.
It's Beard's Diamonds' incredible 41st anniversary sale, now extended through December 24th.
All GIA certified loose diamonds, all designer settings, pendants, bracelets, earrings, engagement rings.
Everything store-wide is on sale up to 41% off.
We've brought in extra inventory just for this sale.
For over 4 decades, families have been shopping at Beard's Diamonds for the absolute lowest prices. Now, to say thank you, everything in the store is discounted up to 41% off.
Nobody beats Beard's Diamonds prices.
If you're popping the question this Christmas or looking to go big on that holiday or anniversary gift, now is the time.
Now you can go even bigger and save thousands.
Beard's Diamonds will never be beat on price. Believe it.
Shop the largest inventory in North Florida at Never Seen Savings.
Everything store-wide is on sale up to 41% off. But hurry, these savings will absolutely end December 24th.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger.
Something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the farmlands of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia.
The mountains of West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia.
To the beaches of Florida, South Carolina, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands.
We are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Florida Army National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Nurses take extraordinary care of us during what is often the most difficult and trying times in one's life. We often take for granted the service and sacrifice of these first responders. I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. If you are a nurse and currently face investigation or complaint under the Florida Nurse Practice Act, you are not alone. Call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 904-600-4000 for a consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299. All on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
From city streets to back roads. From road warrior to carpooler. There are some things you can always count on. Like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
Listen to ESPN 690 anytime, anywhere, on any device. Whether you're at home or on the go, get the latest on the Jags, FSU, the Jumbo Shrimp, and Action Sports Jax on Odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com or on ESPN690.com.
I mean, they got a lot of talent. It's going to be hard to find another defense that has more talent. So
But every week teams have great players, so there's just a lot of them on this team. But it doesn't change, the mindset. Obviously, you got to be conscious of where those guys are, and you got to put yourself in a good situation to be successful. But at the end of the day, you got to go play football, and we got good players too. So got to trust that and be confident. And I think the guys are. And like I said, we had a great day today.
Let it fly, Trevor Lawrence. Some to the stage where it's just like, hey, let it go, man. If you end up with 20 picks, who cares?
Yeah,
because if the way we're tracking with Trevor, it's like 20 picks or 10 touchdowns and 11 picks feel like the same thing.
Yes.
I'd rather him throw 18 touchdowns and 20 picks at this point.
Agreed. Yeah.
So just go. Let it go. I want to see some moments out of Trevor. And we saw some moments in the first few weeks because he was just letting it fly.
Yeah.
We also saw mistakes.
Yeah.
But I think I want that Trevor back.
Yeah. I mean, hey, then
I would.
I really do.
High risk, high reward.
I like it.
I like that too.
I mean, so this is something for the TV show, right? I'm sure it helps you guys when you have good Trevor highlights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can sit here and come in and brag about Trevor and tell everybody I love Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor's been like blah the last 5 weeks, if we're being honest. I mean, it's 165 yards. It's no touchdowns. It's no picks. It's like, I don't want him to be terrible, but I'd rather have terrible moments with good moments to talk about,
of course,
than 165 yards and blah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We want like strawberry ice cream. We don't want vanilla.
Yeah. I don't know how you'd equate that to fishing, but let's do it. Florida Sportsman Fishing Report right now with Captain Rick Riles. I mean, what's the blah fish?
Well, I don't know if there's a blah fish or not, but there's plenty of days between the good days. But today was not one of those days. It was an outstanding day. Brent, when we get these warming trends in the winter like this, or after we've had our first, man, to shake the fish up, they know they need to feed quick, that it's about to get cold again. And everybody I talked to today had a very, very good day. The Jody Lynn was out bottom fishing today. They had a couple of big grouper. They had 4 or 5 big mutton snapper. They had all the triggerfish and vermilion snapper they could bring home. Just a great day. Cobia fishing has been very good for the last few days. Those fish are about 28 to 30 miles due east of Jacksonville, and there seems to be good numbers of them. Captain David Voorhees reported his day today is epic. He said when that warm water flooded the mud flats like we talked about yesterday, the Reds just got up there in the real skinny water, and he said you could see schools of them everywhere. The water has now gotten clear because of the recent cold, but now the redfish are piling up there in the afternoons to take advantage of that warm sunshine. So tomorrow, another very, very good day of fishing, another very good day of weather, and I can't wait to come back tomorrow afternoon and bring you another fishing report brought to you by CSS Landscaping. They're paying top dollars for top landscapers, and Workman's Quick Fix Plumbing.
Thanks, Captain Rick. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you, Brent.
That is Captain Rick Riles, Florida Sportsman Fishing Report each and every day. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. All right, I just asked this question. Is Jalen Ramsey the biggest personnel mistake the Jacksonville Jaguars have ever made? And
I mean, Austin Lane getting cut was
Damn you, Dave Caldwell.
I could have played Leo. Andre Branch, okay.
Could have done the windmill.
Andre Branch, okay.
Is he still playing?
What happened to Andre Branch, huh?
He was with Miami, and he actually was like, I remember there was a little stretch where like, oh, Andre Branch playing decent.
Yeah.
I think he might have flamed out.
Did he?
I think he might have flamed out.
How do you miss? I never understand how you miss on. Like, how do guys, like, I'll give you a great example. This isn't even the Jags. I was thinking about this the other day. Is it Robert Kemdici, right?
Oh, man. There's a name from Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was, like, unbelievable. Like, how do you miss it? Like, how is it just him? I guess you can't judge if a guy's going to work or if
No, I think that's exactly what it is because, you know, if you remember from college, he had all the talent in the world.
My God. Like,
I mean, he
you
went
talk about a
first round.
specimen, right?
Yeah, he went first round for a reason. I think it comes down to eventually you have to realize that you can't get by with your athleticism and your strength. It comes down to your mindset, your work ethic, and all that stuff, and I guess he just didn't have it.
Yeah, didn't have it.
Andre Branch lives in Miami. His Instagram's private.
No.
Oh.
No windmills to him.
Dang.
44,000 followers, though. So.
How you going? He's verified, right?
Yes.
How you going private if you're verified?
Well, he was probably verified before, and then maybe he's private now because he's out of the league.
All right.
So, got done in 2019, by the way.
I've been here since 2008. I think the answer to this question, Jalen Ramsey, is he the worst personnel move the Jags have made? I mean, the bottom line is they got good value for the trade. But we knew it back then that, okay, if he wants out and all this stuff's happening, then at least get something good. It was good value. It was 2 first-round picks. It was a 4th-round pick. But what those have turned into, well, they hurt Etienne. We'll see if he makes a difference. But Chason's been nothing. Yeah. Who was the other? Was
Jordan
it
Smith.
Jordan Smith or Barch?
Jordan
Smith. It was this year's 4th? Are you sure about that?
According to the website I looked at the other day, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So either way, Jalen's talent is better than right now we know. Maybe Etienne turns out to be really good, but he's way better than all those 3 combined.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if you want to rewind those clocks backward, you could say, well, you got 2 first-round picks from. Now, those first-round picks that replaced him didn't do that, as far as we know. But I'm saying if you got the right guys, we wouldn't be so heavily invested in Jalen Ramsey right now.
Yeah.
Where does Calais
And it
Campbell
wouldn't be $100 million
correct
that you had to pay in, too. So,
obviously, from a talent standpoint, yeah, you're not going to find better than Jalen Ramsey letting him go, hands down. Where does Calais Campbell fit on this list?
yeah, Calais' a good one.
Because this was a guy that kind of wanted to be here as well.
I was thinking maybe Calais in there too.
Yeah, I guess listen, nobody loves Calais Campbell more than I do. He's also 33, 34 years old. And so you're not talking about a guy that was going to spend potentially, again, if you did the right things and he ended up liking it here and it worked out, 12 years playing for you and always wearing a Jags uniform and going to Canton, Ohio that way. You know, Calais could have played another couple of years here, still has been very productive, still would be this huge impact. You probably wouldn't lose as much as you're losing.
Leadership, obviously.
Yeah, all that stuff, and we would love every minute of it.
And you gave him away for what, a 6th-round pick?
But I would say I'm not even sure. Yeah, it was a 5th-round pick. I'm not even sure. I think Calais is a super talented guy. I think he is making a case. I think I heard Troy Aikman say that they should be in the Hall of Fame, and I agree, but I'm biased. But I still wouldn't put the talent level of Calais up with Jalen.
Oh, no, it's not even close, I don't think.
Well, I mean, he's pretty talented. But
yeah, but Jalen Ramsey's like I mean, was there ever a time Calais Campbell was the best defensive tackle in the league? Maybe 17?
Yeah, 17.
I don't know, though. Best in the league?
I think he was first team All-Pro at 2 different. He's first team and second team All-Pro that year.
Yeah,
in 2 different positions.
Okay.
But people would probably still take like Aaron Donald, right?
Sure.
Or whoever.
Yeah.
So I get your point. So I think Calais is an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean that way. I would lean that way not just because of the talent, but for the things that you mentioned too, like what he brings. His skill wise, but then also just the intangibles, the leadership in the locker room and the impact and everything like that, I think has to be considered because, I mean, especially when you got a team like this, such a young team, I think all that stuff can be, it's certainly missed.
Well, and especially a guy that wanted to be here. It seemed like Jalen didn't want to be here. Like the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, but if you had cultivated Jalen, Calais might have wanted to be here. Not that they really were buddy, but my point being that you look invested to win and keep guys. And Calais, I think he did want to be here, but at the same time, it's like, if you're going to send me to a winner while you're rebuilding, it ain't a bad thing, right?
Sure,
which is fair.
And
fair. You do him a favor.
I think the other thing about the Calais move, which is different that I feel, is that you really, man, did you get bang for your buck in free agency, which doesn't always happen. You paid big dollar, you got a free agent, and he did that for you. I mean, it was the most profound impact a 3-year free agent might ever make on a team. I mean, it was unbelievable how the 3-year impact in this city and on the team Calais made. But Jalen, you drafted. Jalen, you sucked, so you got a top 5 pick, and you turned it into Jalen. And yeah, so what? It wasn't a hard pick. It was like Trevor's pick. Everybody would have taken Jalen. That doesn't matter. You got that guy. And the reason you draft that high is to get a blue chip player and have that player for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
At least 6, 7. And they couldn't do it. And so it really, what it says, like you always say what the money says, what the move of Ramsey said, I think is like just exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, way more than the situation of getting rid of Calais. $15 million, you're rebuilding, you're all that stuff, send him off to a winner, give him a chance to play for a Super Bowl contender. It was totally different. And so, listen, I've already said, and I've been on record saying, I think this guy is the most talented player to ever wear a Jags uniform. I think he was a no-doubt, surefire Hall of Famer, even in Jacksonville. Like, he didn't have to go to the Rams to be a Hall of Fame guy. You know, that's how good he was. A lot of players have to go to a good situation to be great. He didn't have to be. He was already great, whether the Jags were 3-13 or whether they were going to the AFC Championship game. That's how good this guy was, and everybody knew it. And then you just see ya. And I mean, I just don't know. I think he's the biggest mistake they've ever made. And it then dominoes into everything else that we've seen. And listen, we've had a lot of conversation today, and I don't know if we're wrong. I'm not sure Jalen Ramsey would ever want to be here for 10 years. He eventually might have said, I want to go play for my hometown team, the Titans, or I want to go to the big market, L.A., for the brand.
It would have been hard to walk away if you were winning.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady, I guess, did it. But, like, I think there's other circumstances there.
Yeah, he won so many times. He got bored.
But very rarely do you just walk away from a team that's always competitive.
Yeah, unless you're Brian Kelly.
Unless it's money. Well, yeah, I mean, unless you're coaching college football, then by all means, get the heck out of here. Yeah, good call.
So, I don't know. Listen, there have been moves made every single year. People lose their favorite players, all this stuff. But, like, when the Jags got rid of Fred Taylor, they had Maurice Jones-Drew waiting in the wings.
Yep.
Right? Like, that sucked, but it wasn't like the wrong business move, technically. Sure. You know? This was a bad move for the franchise, a bad move from a business standpoint, and you really are yet to rebound from it. So when maybe I'll feel differently about this move, one, because it was so recent history, but also when you show me when you rebound from it.
Where does drafting Blaine Gabbert fit in this list?
That's a good call, too, because that set you back big time.
Yeah.
That's a bad personnel move, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Blake Bortles for 2 more years might have been a bad.
Good call.
Picking Leonard Fournette instead of Mahomes. Yeah. You could put that on the list.
Now it's starting to get depressed. So let's go to break.
Taven Bryan for Lamar.
Let's go to break.
It's time to take a break. I quit this time next year. We have 2 wins. We'll be back on ESPN 690.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
What's up, Jacksonville? I'm Casey Kurtz. The Florida State men's basketball team lost to Purdue 93-65 last night. FSU will next be in action on Saturday at 4. Coverage will start at 3:30 right here on ESPN 690. The JU women's basketball team picked up a 35-33 win over FIU last night on the road. The JU women are now 3-2 on the season. The UNF women put up a tough fight but lost 72-65 to Auburn yesterday night. The UNF women are now 5-3 on the season. The Jacksonville Icemen are back in action tonight, and they will welcome in the Orlando Solar Bears to the arena. The puck drops at 7. And sticking with hockey, a couple of finals from the NHL yesterday. The Blues beat the Lightning 4-3. The Red Wings beat the Bruins 2-1. And the Panthers beat the Capitals 5-4. This Sports Center update sponsored by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Check out Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 weekdays from 3 to 6 to get more moments like this.
But if you're going to be the CEO guy that just trusts your offensive coordinator and everybody else to do their job, when it's not working, you got to step in. I mean, that's what overseers do. That's what management's there for. Like, that's what the CEO's there for. If something's not working, then you got to fix it. Like, you have to know. Like, we can't all be sitting there in the press box and in the stands and on our couches and say, why isn't James Robinson in the game for 16 plays, but the head coach doesn't ask that question?
Hey, boss, did you notice the holiday decorations on your street?
Oh, yeah, it's getting to be that time of year again.
Yeah, makes me so happy I want to sing.
Uh-oh, I smell a song coming on.
It's beginning to look a lot like Crooksmas.
Nice. Packages near every door.
But the prettiest sight to me...
no safe touch signs, you see.
Do-it-yourself alarms we like much more.
A pair of houses in a row.
Do they have safe touch?
No.
So crooks like us use Crash and Smash
to get inside and take the cash.
It's beginning to look a lot like Crooksmas.
DIY alarms we love for sure.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
The right time for the best water is right now. CGC Water Treatment wants to make sure your family's water is clean, healthy, and tastes great. CGC Water's done that for my family for a handful of years now, and it all starts with a Connecticut system. American-made and installed by the pros at CGC Water Treatment. Contact CGC Water Treatment now for your free water test. Connecticut systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Connecticut makes the world's most efficient softeners, twin tank, non-electric systems that use less salt and water during regeneration. Right now, save up to $600 on select system packages. Financing available with approved credit. Just call CGC Water at 904-552-1242 and ask about the Conway Club, the new service program that will save you money on salt, filters, delivery, parts, and labor. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Connecticut dealer.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-343-8638. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-343-8638. 800-343-8638. 800-343-8638.
When you're in the mood for love, but you have ED or PE, have you tried those little blue pills? Have they let you down? Have they left you more frustrated? The answer isn't more blue pills with awful side effects. The answer is a private consultation with a specialist in men's health at Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Rabinski. If you're not the man you used to be in the bedroom and Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down, Prime Men's Medical Center offers custom blended medications. There's no pain and no surgery. Even men who have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer. And it's affordable.
Men, if you want to last longer in the bedroom without little blue pills, schedule a private consultation at Prime Men's Medical Center. We guarantee you'll see results on your first visit or your exam is free. Call 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
If you're like me, you come home from work and walk through a messy garage hurdling shoes and bats and bikes. Well, get the easy garage solution that I got. It's called Easy Garage Solutions. One-of-a-kind monkey bar technology that will last a lifetime. Hang the bikes and the lawn equipment. Easy Garage Solutions. Shelving and overhead storage for boxes and bins. Easy Garage Solutions. Cabinets and flooring available too. Easy Garage Solutions. Find them at easygaragesolutions.com. Easy Garage Solutions. It's that easy. Hey, it's Brent Mortno from Action Sports Jax. Did you know you can watch our radio show? Yeah, video of a radio show. Just search ESPN 690 Jax on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Or follow me on Twitter at Brent A.S. Jax. Watch the show live weekdays from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. or listen on ESPN 690.
When you get an opportunity to talk to Scott Woodward and he presents a clear vision of the plan here and the opportunity, it was an exciting vision for me to look at. And as I got a chance to, speak to more people about this opportunity, I just felt it was something that I had to take on.
That's Brian Kelly. We're getting some good responses in on the Jalen Ramsey stuff. Some questions we threw out there all day from who would have won the fight, A.J. Green or Jalen. Is it the biggest personnel mistake
I would pay see that,
in franchise history?
Hey, celebrity boxing.
I was going to say, with all this celebrity stuff, it could happen.
Dude, Frank Gore's fighting. I mean, what more do you like? Of all people,
seriously,
Frank,
would you be surprised?
Why?
Would you be surprised in 15 years if A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey are in a boxing match?
Yes.
You would.
Jalen is going to be very rich in 15 years.
See, but I think...
a lot of these people are rich that are fighting.
Yeah, Jake Paul and Logan Paul are
Well, that's different. That's Jake Paul's thing. That's his thing.
But how much money did Nate Robinson make in the NBA?
Significantly less than Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
I mean, NBA money's silly money.
I mean, you don't see Hall of Famers fighting in these things. I mean, Frank Gore, I guess, but Darren Williams is
how
not
much
a Hall
did
of
Gore
Famer.
make in the NFL?
I mean, he had to make enough. He played long enough.
I mean, even if he got $1 million a year, he made.
Yeah.
He got more than that. But, I mean, by that time, Jalen made $200-something billion.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like these are money plays.
Nate Robinson got $500,000 and 50% of the pay-per-view share for the first fight.
Can you see how much he made in his career? Can you do career earnings on Nate Robinson?
Yeah, give me a second.
But anyway, we asked that question. We also asked, is it the biggest personnel mistake? Mike says, no, their biggest mistake was wasting the picks we got for him. We could have taken Justin Jefferson. True.
True.
Mike says, not a mistake because it was part of the equation of getting Trevor. Well, that's to be determined, but I know where you're going with it, and I appreciate that. And you're right about that. I don't think if they still have Jalen Ramsey, they probably don't end up with Trevor. Monty says, not locking up Ramsey long-term is biggest blunder in Jags personnel history. Next would be trading Calais Campbell for a 5th. So he agreed with some of our commentary,
Smart
obviously.
dude.
A lot of people some people picking AJ in the fight.
Am I in there with worst decisions?
No, you did not make the list.
Did my mom tweet in? No.
She did. Well, I'll check Facebook in a little
My
while.
wife. Careful.
By the way,
Careful
Frank Gore
now.
made $62 million in the league.
And Nate Robinson made $24 million.
Is that it?
I mean, it's still pretty chunk of money.
Yeah, it is.
But he has something to fight for.
So basically what you're saying is...
And Jalen's also a pretty boy. Let's not pretend that.
You really find out what kind of tax bracket someone's in when I say, yeah, he made about $24 million, $25 million. Is that it? That's it? $25 million? That's it?
I mean, J.J. Redick made that in 1 year.
Okay.
J.J. Redick made it in 1 year.
Still a lot of money, though. Brent's over here sipping from his mug. Oh, that's it? $24 million?
Hey. Listen, man, I'm lighting that outdoor fire tonight.
Hey, I better not see you courtside, okay? I better not see you courtside Friday night. That's all I'm going to say.
I hope I see him courtside because then I think I'm courtside.
Works out for you.
That'd be even better is if we all go and I'm courtside and they're sitting up in the nosebleeds.
They're sitting in the nosebleeds.
How much did your seats cost? $10,000. How much did their seats cost? $115.
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, if James ain't playing, the $20 a pop.
I hope so now.
You would think.
We're going to find out. But it is expensive to get in that building.
But I bet the Clippers-Lakers is kind of a good attraction.
I got to believe it.
And the Lakers are the home team.
I was actually surprised that, I thought they'd actually be even more, quite frankly, to get in.
Yeah.
And I think you can get in right now. I don't know what the worst seat is. Again, I don't think there's a bad seat, but it's like $117. It was, yes. That was before LeBron.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it is.
Hopefully there's some new listings up.
I know. I hope so, too. Well, and actually, NBA's got that thing where people who have season tickets will sell. It's actually even cheaper on there.
Oh, so Kawhi Leonard's out, by the way, too.
That's what I thought.
The question. Yeah, you're right.
What are we going to, a preseason basketball game?
And Anthony Davis is going to be...
Let's go see the Mighty Ducks play.
Anthony Davis is going to be a game-time decision.
Hey.
Anthony Davis may not be playing either, guys.
No way.
I swear, game-time decision, Anthony Davis right here.
What the hell?
You're going to see a bunch of 500 teams with...
We're seeing a bunch of Nate Robinsons out there.
You're going to see Russell Westbrook.
I was going to say, who's the 11th man on the bench? Who are you going to see?
You're going to see how
Who played
Russell
at
Westbrook.
Charleston Southern
Hey, you're going to see
year?
Russell Westbrook. It's okay.
Hey, we could see the Ducks.
We're talking about the Clippers.
I'm leaving at halftime.
The Clippers, they got Paul George still doing his thing.
Oh, that's true.
And it's not the playoffs, so he's not going to be choking. So there you go.
Yeah.
Serge Ibaka, who's like 40 years old, I feel like.
Fun guy.
Terrence Mann coming at you.
There we go.
Hey, all right.
Reggie Jackson.
Okay.
Used to be a sixth man. I think he's starting now.
They still got Luke Kennard.
He plays basketball?
Luke Kennard. Sorry, man.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. So there you go.
I thought.
And then, the Lakers got Russell Westbrook.
I hope Kurt Rambis comes back.
That's one name I thought we weren't going to hear today is Kurt Rambis. But here we are now.
Oh, man. That's unbelievable.
Do you want to know the Lakers players real quick, or are you good?
Tell me.
You got Russell Westbrook, obviously. 1 second, please.
They still got Dwight.
Dwight Howard? Yeah.
I wouldn't go watch Dwight Howard play if he was playing in the parking lot.
That's
they got
messed
Dwight
up.
Howard. They got Melo. What are you all complaining
that's right.
about?
Does he play?
19 minutes a game?
What do you mean, does he play? No LeBron, no AD?
Yeah, who else
yes,
is
he's
gonna
out there for
play?
40.
Talon Horton Tucker? That sounds like a country music guy.
That sounds like a
This guy's
donut
getting,
shop.
This guy's getting 15 minutes a game. Taylor Horton Tucker?
He's actually kind of good.
Tell me he's not that's a country music singer.
That is.
And now coming out with Zach Miller and Taylor and Horton Tucker.
Man. Hey, is baseball silly money done? We're going to keep spending?
No, it's done now. The lockout's gone.
Lockout's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Are we going to play baseball in the spring?
Max Scherzer's hoping so.
Crazy money.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk a little Alabama, Georgia tomorrow.
We'll talk some more lockout tomorrow. Is it going to be like a big lockout, or are they going to figure it out?
No.
Yeah, it's going to go through the season, you think? Going to shorten some of the season?
Oh, potentially.
Yeah.
They're not budging. That's what they've said.
They really have not come close over the last couple of years of having a resolution. But
all right, go ahead and take your time. Let those Brewers' arms just chill out a little bit until the most opportune time.
No Tommy John surgery in 2022. Or go have it.
Or go have it.
All right.
Get it done.
We will be back at it tomorrow at 3 o'clock. String Sports Brewery. Come out and join us. Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. Have a good night.